Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Summit 8 qualifiers. We're going to be taking a look at our first match of the day. We're into it. It is Mid-Or Feed facing off against Penta Esports. I guess just Penta Sports. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by Trent Pax. Trent, how you doing?
Hello. Good morning. I'm doing quite well. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm still feeling a little bit scratchy in the throat, so we're going to work through that. But
you sound better.
I'm feeling better, yeah.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so Penta and Mid-Or Feed. I had the pleasure of meeting the Penta squad recently at the Asus ROG event, so that was pretty fun. They were just realized apparently that I didn't follow one of them on Twitter, and he was not pleased. So that's been fixed. DNZ, I am sorry. I'll publicly apologize. He was a little bit hurt. So there we are. But yeah, we had quite the lobby. It was very raucous, I would say.
Yeah, it was like there was a little bit of talking when Penta was in there. You know, they're making you feel bad about not following him on Twitter and all that stuff. And then Mid Feed joined, and it was just
mostly just
lyrics?
Tomato.
Yeah,
mostly Tomato just came in and started spamming lyrics and songs, and you know, I complimented his singing voice on stream. If you guys haven't heard that before, it's beautiful. And then Kezu had the rap lyrics going, and then Oliver had the rap lyrics going. Things got out of hand. The admin didn't know what to do. And that's pretty much why we were delayed.
So, yeah, it's funny how that stuff happens sometimes. But we're into the draft now, and I haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of Mid or Feed recently. I know that they've been playing in some bigger tournaments, in Dream League and such. When you saw Penta at the ACES ROG event, how did you feel about him? How'd you like their style?
10 seconds
pretty strong. I can't remember if they were the ones who took down Vega. They definitely made it further than Vega, which isn't what I was expecting. But overall, just solid strats. They like themselves a little bit like that Bounty Hunter was one thing that I thought was pretty good for them. They buy a lot of Radiances. Oliver is like obsessed with Radiances.
Okay.
And RMN is kind of a name that you guys probably recognize. Probably the most recognizable person, maybe him and Boogie, in terms of just like names you'd recognize and players you've kind of known. So solid stuff from them. And yeah, I definitely see them being able to take a game off here. But now on the other hand, Minterfeed, they also beat Vegas Squadron recently, and they took a game off Virtus Pro. So you got to watch out for these guys.
Yeah, they're quite good. And a Cinderin pick, if I've ever seen it, it's a Bane first overall, which led into the Lich Earth Spirit. Yeah,
this is the Cinderin patch.
It's time. It's happened. Like,
Just
if you need a support that's just going to sit there in lane and not even be able to pull that effectively and be broke as a joke, this is your time to shine. And, oh my god, they have a Centaur. The heck?
Now, I think they were also picking this hero before the recent patch, if I'm not mistaken. But right now, he's sitting pretty high in the overall win rate. Seems to be a pretty strong dude. He's tanky. He got a pretty huge buff with status resistance. He's one of the biggest strength heroes in terms of like strength gain in the entire game.
Right.
So that's going to give him quite the hand. We also have already lost our two key heroes on the Brewmaster and the Beastmaster. I think the step above in terms of offlaners. That almost makes me want to consider the Puck as an offlaner, honestly. But Penta are more focused on that being a possible mid hero here, and have banned out the Omni Knight and the Nature's Prophet. But with a Life Stealer, this now brings me back to it probably being offlane Puck.
I mean, does Kezu play Puck that often, though? I feel like I haven't seen him on it all that often. But I agree that, like, if this was other teams, I would definitely like it. Maybe he can play it. I mean, I'm not too sure.
I'm sure he definitely can play it, but it's I think he might have actually just played it recently. But you're right, it's not exactly like one of his big signature ones.
Yeah.
It's more of like a cancel hero. But if we're looking for a Kezu hero, then Legion, I guess, is still the big one that would be left, right? With the Life Stealer now, if you're thinking about Infest Bombs.
Right. Oh, what?
Nice. All right. So I've been watching a bit of Morphling.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out the new hero. Basically still played in the carry role whenever I see anyone picking him up. I was watching some Jabs Morphling last night. I think he was actually against Tomato, if I'm not mistaken. So this will be a little bit of a refresher for Tomato. I don't know who won because I fell asleep. But basically just build your normal items, and it's kind of cool, right? Because now you can morph your attribute without any mana change, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So you have a little bit more flexibility in terms of like your survivability in the lane versus how you're doing for farming. And right now, what do we have? We have a Shaker, and then we don't know who the offlaner is going to be, but realistically, there's not some super aggressive 4 revealed right now, right? We don't have like someone dying or someone who's just going to walk at you. So I'm feeling pretty confident right now in this Morphling's ability to get some decent farm.
Maybe even think about switching then the Earthshaker to the 3 role, put the Puck in the 2, and take that aggressive 4. I don't know who would be left, though.
The only thing is, Earthshaker doesn't pair up too well with a lot of aggressive stuff either, though. I guess maybe if you play mega aggressive and you go like a totem build, it could work, but maybe consider just coming forward with the Lifestealer, perhaps, and some other heroes.
So I need a little bit of refresher because I haven't seen a ton of Morphlane. I haven't seen any Morphlane actually since the new patch. The Morph ability, you gain all of the abilities of the person that you're targeting, right?
Except ultimate.
Except ultimate.
Yeah, so you keep all your own items. Ooh, and a bad one. So is this going to be a Morphling mid then, perhaps? This is intriguing.
Well, and the thing I was wondering, he does have a talent where you can use it on your own team too, right?
Yes, that's not until like level 20. There's nothing too amazing here.
Earth Spirit?
You'd have to like use his own stones though.
Well, you would get stones, wouldn't you?
I guess so. I suppose that's okay.
I'm wondering if that'd be cool or not. I don't know. Maybe it's
I would
terrible.
think. Yeah, I think the other talent's really good for that too. I can't remember what it is, but it's a very good talent, so it's hard to justify that one over the other one.
Choose your hero.
Anyway, AA will be the last pick, so that'll be for Wii, and then it will be the Kezu Shaker then.
All right, interesting. Oh, I have the same Bane set. I love that Bane set. It's super cool.
So yeah, I'm just looking up now. It is the oh yeah, it's the minus 25-second morph cooldown. So that means it brings it down to a very low CD on the ulti. So kind of gives you, I guess it depends on what's more valuable.
Yeah.
Because you can go down to 15 seconds because it's 40. I'm pretty sure at max. All right. Well, interesting.
Weird. I guess it's. I mean, Ancient Apparition obviously is amazing against Morphlane. They are lacking a lot of stuns though. It's gonna. Well, maybe they're not because Bane is kind of ridiculous for that, anyways. I feel like I like Midorfeed's draft a little bit more. Penta, though, it feels like they have something up their sleeve here. Maybe something that we're not prepared for.
It's definitely a little bit tricky. I think, like Oliver again, this guy is he's a Radiance builder, so he loves these heroes like Abaddon. I'm pretty sure that's going to be his play here. I don't know which one they're going to run mid, the Morph or the Abaddon. I'm guessing the Morphling, but at the same time, you could run into trouble trying to get some decent last hits if you're up against someone like a Puck who just like hop on top of you and you're trying to play it like 400 HP. Right. That could be a little bit risky. It makes me almost want to consider sending that Abaddon mid, but we'll see what they do here.
Well, I think the thing that's most intriguing to me about this draft is going to be what 9 gets done on this Morphlane. If there's any new like weird builds or anything. I'm trying to think. The other thing was his morph talent or his waveform talent. It got pushed forward to a lot earlier. Level 10 seems super good to me.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, for who, sorry?
For Morphling.
For Morphling? Wrong way. Level 10 is plus 10 agi and 20 movement speed.
Wait, didn't he get it changed in the last patch?
I don't think so. Unless you mean like really recent, did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, like in 7.07b or something?
Yeah, I think it got changed.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he got the plus 300 waveform range. My bad. I was thinking of the 7.07.
It's so many patches. It's ridiculous.
I wonder if he'll still go that over the agi if it's played in a core role. I suppose if it's like a mid nuker set, but and the other big thing, of course, is that in terms of like big changes, Adaptive Strike is now 2 abilities.
Right. I mean, I wonder if you could even play it in like a ganking role where you go a strength build with the waveform thing and you just start like running around and finding kills. Because it's still a pretty decent stun, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if that'd be worth it.
I've seen people try it. I think the biggest problem is just the levels. Like, he needs so many levels before he feels really effective. So it's rough, man. Like
Midas, baby, let's go.
You think it's really cool because you're like, oh, 6, now I can like be strength, and then I'll stun him, and then I'll switch over to more agi, and then I'll nuke him after the 3-second cooldown when I can use the other ability, and then I'll set right-click him. It's gonna be awesome. But then you're like, okay, but I need levels in waveform, and I need levels in this, and I need gold, and I don't know. It's tough. I'm very intrigued to see how
Sounds like
he does.
You need Midas. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know if you can afford to get a Midas these days.
No, you can't.
Game is scary.
Yeah, true enough. By the way, Abaddon's eyes are separated from his head in my my screen. I'm not sure how it is for you, but I think that's just because there's a pause. Normally, we're not sitting around for this long after a draft, but we'll wait and see what it is. Is there any chat stuff going on? Pause 1 minute.
Said
Synderen.
1 minute. Yeah.
What a guy. They're probably changing the music in the house. Do they have a team house? I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I believe Tomato's just living with Weehaw. Or at least he was. I don't know if he still is. When he went to Europe. And then Syndren's still home. I think Cancel's still home, and Kezu's also at home. That's a long minute. This is DNZ. Boom! Unpaused instantly.
Nice. Nice.
Got him.
Call it out. It's all in good fun. I think there's a lot of sort of shared respect between these teams.
It's no respect. They're just a bunch of goons.
It's
no
true.
Respect there, are they?
I was trying to change the word because I was like, that's really not the word. It's just like sort of indifference, but friendly indifference. Is that fair?
Sounds good, my man.
Okay.
All right. So it is going to be the Morphling heading to the mid lane by the looks of it here. So I guess this is what we were expecting. But I'm curious to see just how low he can go. So he's got 500 HP with the Wraith. All right, this isn't bad. With a Wraith Band, 3 branches, you have 500 HP and 65 damage. And so Puck starting with 68 with the Null and 3 branches. A little bit of an edge, but overall, very even.
Oh
this
my
is
God.
All right, here you go, guys.
What are you doing?
This was the lobby.
This is literally all that was happening. Tomato has changed his music selection, though.
Yes. He's much more emotional now. Before it was very much, you know, some more of the harder rap stuff, but
yeah.
Maybe he's slowly bonding and starting to have some feelings for the Penta guys.
It's a possibility.
30 seconds.
Well, we got boots on the Centaur early. Obviously, Ancient Apparition is so frustrating to play against if you have that open wounds and are able to slow him down enough to get it to proc. But shouldn't be an issue with the boots, I imagine. I don't know.
Yeah, relatively okay. I mean, he's so tanky. We haven't really talked about it, but the Radiant support duo is, whew, I don't know. AA and Bane. It's a risky business.
Yeah.
You got to be on point, these Ice Blasts. But then again, I look at the Dire one, and it's honestly not that great either. One thing that all 4 supports in this game are lacking is wave clear. I guess AA is the best because you can just ulti a wave or something. But overall, we're expecting very low last hits and net worth on the supports throughout this game. It's going to be completely like kill reliant.
We've got ourselves a D ward here in just a second, I'm pretty sure. But the dual lane mid, RMN's going to be able to help out here a little bit. We didn't really talk about Lich that much. It's kind of interesting that he was able to be let through the entire draft as 9, trading a lot of hits with the Bane. I don't know if this is going to work for him. And in fact, the orb coming out, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, and one thing about, yes, it's free now, the shift rate, but man, it is so slow. Like, yeah. It's brutal. Level 1, only 1 shift per second. It takes forever.
It does get better later, though, right? It's a better shift at the last levels than it was before, if I remember right? Or is that incorrect?
I'm not sure. I think it is, yeah. But either way, the fact that it's less mana, too, is just huge in the end. Yeah. Once you get to level 2, you're generally fine anyway, so...
Cinderin. Oh, they're trying to bait it out. Are they going to be able to find the kill? First blood going their way, but they do lose the Morphling.
All right, a bit risky, but who gets the first blood? The Earth Spirit. So not quite as good if it had actually landed on the Morphling himself, but
yeah,
they'll just have to take it. I guess level 2 now. I don't know. This makes a lot of sense though. Like the way they're laning this with the Lich Morphling, we're kind of wondering like how the hell it's gonna work. But
Cinderin.
Nice.
Waveforming for that one, trying to make it happen, but it's another kill now going for the Morphling. And, well, it's sort of the way that it's meant to be, I think.
Meanwhile, the other lanes, I suppose, nice for Kezu, right? He has this 1v1 via Abaddon. Pretty nice time for an Earthshaker. Not a hero we get to see in the offlane all too often, but it was one of Kezu's, I would say, better heroes that he played in the offlane. He always looked pretty good on this guy. Makes big plays with the Echo Slams, and any 1v1 you can get with this hero is great.
Yeah. Well, we see Weeha trying to run away, but I think that he is not long for this world either, as Boogie going to be able to run him down and find that kill. So
who got the bounties down there? We got one, Boogie got the other.
Yeah.
So nicely done. Just kind of coming down as that support on RMN at the 2-minute mark. We'll probably see the same thing at the 4-minute mark to secure those double runes. Roll misses up top, because we'll be okay for now. And then instantly a TP from DNZ. Wants to rotate mid.
Yeah. Oh, Weeha finds the kill into Boogie. Missed that one. So open wounds and I guess just able to make it happen with the Chilling Touch. Nicely played.
All right. Very impressive.
Sorry about that, folks. Oh, 9. Oh, God. He's gonna pop.
Well, it's not exactly like burst damage down there. I wasn't really looking for Boogie to die, but I think he was playing really greedy to get his Tranquils. That's probably what it was, because now he has them, so his game should be quite a bit easier.
He also didn't have any points in return. Still doesn't. Roll forward. They found themselves canceled. The stun, it connects onto both of them. They are going to be able to orb backwards now, and Cinderin trying to TP out. He doesn't get it. There's a good chance, though.
Now we just kind of, I don't know, it's a chill game, really.
Yeah.
Our biggest initiator in this game is going to be Cancel, at least our earliest one, right? We're going to be looking for him to get some infest ganks off relatively early on in the game, maybe even before Blink Dagger. And then Kezu his will come a little bit later, and then he can kind of contribute to that same thing. The what's he gonna do? So he's gonna blink, echo the Morphling. Are we gonna build a Lincoln's this game on him? Probably gonna have to, but not the best Lincoln's game. Basically just Bane spells.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, if you still got Puck there at the initiation with the silence, it could be pretty rough for 9. I don't know. It's a tough one. We'll have to see how 9 tries to itemize and just sort of play around it. The other problem is that you look at the CS and it's pretty even across the board. Is that kind of what you would be expecting? Do you feel like the team is getting more out of this than they should be?
No, I think the lanes all look pretty even, right?
Yeah.
Kezu, he does have Synderen up top now with this Fisher block. I don't know, Synderen's only level 2 though, so he doesn't have that much to give here.
Yeah, they got 9 stick charges too. Yeah. Seems unlikely to be a kill. Roll in mid, able to phase shift that one. Well played by Cancel.
Yeah, doesn't even bother with the silence after. Yeah, I think overall the lanes are pretty even. Probably the worst off would be the Centaur, and he's actually doing pretty well here for Boogie. Yeah. He's been getting those bounty runes. He's also gets in those camps. Pulling away some of these creeps.
Silence mid lane. The illusion runes there. They get the silence. They get the kill. 9 picking it up on the Puck. And every little bit that you can get right here is great for the Morph lane.
They had a war. I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe DNZ was smoked or something. Felt like he used that orb in a dangerous spot.
Yeah.
Maybe he just felt like he was safer than he was.
Smoke.
We had some nice counter picks in this draft we didn't really get a chance to look at, though, I guess, right? We got our Feast versus the Centaur War Runner. Nice for the Life Stealer. We got Ancient Apparition against Morphling. So, overall, I think the Radiant synergy is a lot easier to see, as well as their game plan. And you just kind of look, you're like, okay, yeah, Infest ganks, snowball that forward, maybe get ourselves a Roche, get farmed on the Shaker, and then just, like, push and take good fights. But, Dire, a little bit more you know, it's a different draft. We got a Korra Batten in the safe lane.
Yeah.
We got a Morphling, this strange-ass hero.
Yeah, he's a weird one.
His own Boogie.
They really wanted to.
Yeah, they wanted to get him off the bounty room, but Boogie still gets it, so he's doing pretty well.
I do like his build. It's kind of interesting. The 2 points in the hoof stomp and then the 2 points in double edge. It's like much more solo kill oriented as DNZ. Oh, they're waiting for it. He's able to get the jaunt away and he'll keep Synderen back. But
close.
You don't really expect it at this point. As Synderen, Brain Saps, they're going to be going for the Enfeeble, trying to stay alive through this. The waveform forward, it's a lot of damage onto Synderen, but he's not going to go down. Lives through that one.
Interesting that he doesn't have the Nightmare yet. Doesn't really have a lane, I guess, that he feels can abuse it. Can't really use it to calm down Labaddon with the Shaker. A lot of different heroes, if they were left in a 1v1 versus the Shaker, you might be able to come up and Nightmare them to, like, set up a second round of spells or something from Kezu, but...
Oh, Boogie.
Down bottom. Yeah.
Pump fakes the hoof stomp, tries to get at the open wounds. They'll find the kill. And the 2 points in the cold feet. Pretty nifty.
Raindrops are so ownage this game, actually.
Yeah.
Raindrops are ownage every game. This is so broken.
Actually, I bought Raindrops the other game, and I realized, like, 15 minutes into it, that there was literally nobody on the enemy team that could proc them. It was, like, only
hey, that's
right-click heroes.
Honestly, that's, like, a good thing sometimes, because the regen from them is decent.
Yeah, it's true. It's not what I meant to do, though. I wanted to be more survivable. We ended up winning the game, but it was fine.
That's pretty funny, though, I have to say. I don't think I've ever experienced that.
There's like
top
a
lane.
TA and oh yeah. Well, Kezu, Fissure locks him off. The follow-up enchant totem. Is he gonna be able to get out of there? All of this extra range around the tower means that Penta can punish. That's something that I haven't actually seen a lot of yet. Is the added like width of this offlane coming at the cost of offlaner's lives.
Illusion.
Oh yeah, all these shenanigans now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. It's pretty fat, isn't it? There's a wide berth.
Oh. Well, 8 minutes in, taking a look at the net worth, and it's still looking pretty even across it all. Maybe the big difference is just that Boogie has been able to stay a little bit ahead of the Earthshaker, and he's getting towards the Blink Dagger. Still a long ways away from it. The Smoke Gank is coming towards mid.
Not yours.
DNZ's done a great job this game. 2-0 and 3. What a start.
Roll in. Synderen's going to get caught. They find the stun. Is he going to be able to get the jaunt off? He does. So they find another kill. Nine has really had a great game on the Morph lane. 4-1-1, and he's almost highest in net worth.
That looked like some pretty suspect positioning. I'm not sure. Synderen's like up on the high ground here. I guess it's, you know, it looks so easy for us, obviously, because they're just smoked up and everything, but they're really doing a great job of abusing this kind of stuff from Penta.
Yeah.
And had no idea where he was, and felt extra safe because they had that Radiant Ward, but they were smoked up, so it's just everything coming together to make Synderen look like a fool.
Oh, no.
Oh, Cindy Sind.
No. Yeah, that's how it goes.
It's a hard life.
Oh, another jump forward here. They're going to go on to Boogie, slow him down a lot, pops the ultimate, and I think that they'll take that for now at least. Probably pretty happy with that.
Yeah, we haven't talked much about Tomato. His life's been easy.
Oh.
Not many rotations. Now DNZ is down here, so the LT was just used defensively, though, so it's a little bit more difficult for them to actually go for something here. It's 1200 HP. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be a tough one. They're going forward on a Boogie, though. They don't hit the silence, and, well, now the stun. He's still raged up throughout all that. Tomato gonna need to look for a creep to infest into as he's heading towards him.
Heroes bottom.
Catapult. All right. Can't get me now. What? Did I... What happened?
Did he accidentally take it over?
He did something wrong. I don't know.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was... Alright, that was questionable at best. Because he was free, right? I'm not crazy.
It's like, am I missing something? Yeah, I know. Oh, did they... No, they didn't have sacrifice.
No. Oh, they could have, though. That's the thing.
No, it was on cooldown, wasn't it?
But it's back up now.
Yeah, but
I guess
that wasn't 30 seconds later.
Maybe that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, we'll say that's what it was. It was probably sacrifice.
They go forward on a 9, trying to bring him down, but he gets the shift over, and now Cancel in trouble, going to drop. Maybe a little bit frustrated at what happened over in the bottom lane. As Synderen gonna Nightmare and try and run away.
Rough stuff. All right, so we're just saying Tomatoes have an easy game, but then he goes down.
Yep.
So he's got the armlet. And are we going to get an infest gank anytime soon, though? Dreamcoil obviously just used. So if we get that back up, they could go for something, but that's probably going to be a while. However, Kezu is close to his Bull Link dagger, so this will probably be the time when we get to see it. Gonna go for the double wave. I don't know, he's not going to farm both camps right now. Thought he'd do the Fisher across. Looks like he's been doing that, but we'll keep his mana when he goes back up to the lane. Maybe try and get an Echo Slam kill with a rotation from someone. Weehaw just got 6 down bot just by farming up this neutral camp, so I would think he goes top and tries to get a kill with the Shaker.
Okay. Seems like quite strong. I mean, that's the strength of this lineup is just quick burst damage, and that's what Morphlane hates to play against. As the Haste Rune's going to get picked up by DNZ. I guess on the other side, too, though, you've got the Centaur Warrunner who has the Blink Dagger done as well. So it's going to be these 2 Blink reveals coming out sort of simultaneously, and Kezu, if he ends up going down right now before the Blink Dagger, this would be so frustrating. And I think it might just happen. They're looking for the opening. The stun is there. The follow-up stun, the double edge, the magnetize, no, the turnaround? They end up nightmaring Fiend Scripting Kezu, finding the turnaround, and oh god. That was not how it was supposed to go.
Alright, well that's one way to get the kill that we were looking for. No Echo Slam required, I suppose. And that's Blink Dagger for Kezu. So down bottom, they have popped the ulti on the Abaddon.
Yep. Oh, Armen. He's going to get out of there. They drop the Dreamcoil a little bit late.
Whew. All right. Got to turn down the music on these teams, guys. I got to chill out here. Top lane, Synderen. Kicked, silenced, done, and dead.
Gone again. Gone again.
10-4. Only a 1k lead for the Dire with 6 kills. Where's my Morphling at? He's just been farming. Oh, speak of the devil.
Yep, well, they're going in, and no more strength form for him. Silenced and killed. And that's the combo that we're going to be seeing probably for the rest of this game, unless Morphling can come up with an answer. But is there really an answer for that?
No.
Okay.
Be tanky. Don't get echoed, I guess, but much easier said than done.
Yeah. All right. Well, more sacrifices. They're going to try and build something together. I guess that if you have this Earthshaker combo together with an AA Blast, you might not even necessarily need to bring Tomato in for the Infest gank sometimes. Like,
yeah, probably not. Especially like, yeah, it's like Puck's there. It's kind of a trade-off, right? They can just have Shaker +2, basically.
Oh, well, they didn't bring him that time, and they end up paying the price for it. Although with the Ice Blast coming in, Boogie, whoo, walks right outside the range.
That was so close. Oh, he's gonna get earned up. Doesn't have a lot of mana though, but enough that they can still go make a play. Huff Stomp only takes 130. That's one good thing about Centaur. He's got some issues, but at least there's that.
Yeah.
And what do we have our Morphling at? So right now he's sitting at about 1100 max HP with 123 damage. It's not bad. Boogie misses the stomp though.
Uh-oh.
Synderen with the sidestep.
And he's just gonna soak up whatever he can here. Level 7 on him. He'll get himself some time to farm out the lane creeps. Let's need to be careful if the wraparound came, but all the rest of his team is down bottom, where looks like they're trying to take down this tier 1 tower.
And Oliver is indeed going to build a Radiance. This guy, he's obsessed with Radiance. We were talking about, like, when I was telling them like what heroes I always think of when they play and stuff. And then they were saying, you know, like, what do you guys think of for Oliver? And they said, I don't even think of a hero, I just think of Radiance. Like, the guy's obsessed. Every single hero, and he gets himself an easy setup there.
Ooh, with the turnaround, they take down the Morphling, and looking for more. DNZ trying to get out of there. He does have another roll in a second, but the Ice Blast, it's going to connect onto Boogie. They find the return kill onto Tomato, and DNZ trying to play his way out of there. He's going to TP away and makes it out. Oh, man. That was sick.
Yeah, those little rolls up the cliffs that you drop down the other side of trees are so good for certain heroes that can't chase you. Like the Shaker couldn't get in for a punch or anything like that because of that. Only the Puck can chase, and that secures his TP home.
Yeah.
Link into the Veil is the plan here. Man, Veil is so strong this game. They have a ton of magic damage, but at the same time, that means BKBs will be super strong. However, not really a BKB team for the Dire, so this works out fairly well. We have that Linken's coming up here in just a moment for 9.
Yep. Well, and I mean, that's the thing that's sort of tough about it is, like, even if you wanted to go for a BKB against the Shaker, it's still so hard to make it work because Echo's just instant. All right, Tower. Get the deny, and they're going to get the walk away as well. Penta just backing out. Cancel, check.
It's actually, like, worth considering double pipe this game. For the Dire.
Could
like,
be
pipe
cool.
on a Bad and a pipe on Centaur.
What about Aeon Disc?
I don't know. Who would it even be good on, though?
Like more?
Oh, I guess because, in a sense, yeah, if all their damage is burst.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be the worst thing, honestly. I'd be curious to see how effective it was. Logically, it sounds like it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Cancel, finds Iron Man, but he's alone. There's no Infest here. Iron Man might actually... Oh, no, okay. I thought there might be rotations in time or something, but...
He didn't have his raindrops.
That's true. And there's an Arcane Rune, so that's pretty rough.
Well,
Tower goes down for the Dire, and mid lane, they're going to go for it again, trying to find a kill here onto Oliver, and his Radiance will not be there in time to save him. He's got the ulti to use, but will he be able to live through it all? Another shield, trying to still survive through this. The silence, the stun, going to miss Keizu. Finishes it off, Oliver going down.
We on point again. It's so crucial that they get these ultis off. I mean, it's just amazing, this game. The Abaddon, the Centaur, and the Morphling. All of them relying pretty heavily on HP regen for survival.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Weehall just makes them look like paper.
Yeah, that's what that hero.
We have the hood on Boogie now, though, so that'll help him quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it'll just be bots next for 9. So still just your classic Morphling, guys. Not too much has changed.
I mean, there's a lot that's changed, to be real, but he also went for that waveform range. Pretty, look at the range on it. God, that's great.
Yeah. Wow, that actually is insanely huge. Holy.
Look at him go.
I wouldn't mind seeing, I heard there was a bug where it reorders the Puck skills, so... Oh, top lane. Ice Blast won't connect this time, just because he's able to... That was nice. He pops the ulti to dispel the open wound so he gets out of the range.
Nice.
Smart. But, Yeah, I guess there's currently a bug if you morph Puck, it like reorders the skills, so he's gonna have to be cautious on that one. But you can think about that if you copy Puck and use all of his burst, because everything besides the coil, obviously you don't get that. Still very strong.
Yeah. Oh, stun.
All right, Cancel's looking so stylish this game.
Yeah, he's just playing his way around him, but he's gonna end up paying the price for it nonetheless.
That's what happens when you try and play stylish.
Yeah, you get punished. They have Blink, Infest Bomb up top here. Oliver needs to be careful. He can obviously pop the ultimate afterwards, but he doesn't cool down for another 4 seconds, and yeah, he's playing it safe until it's back up again.
We have that Deso now done as well here, so that opens up Roche for the Radiant. And then he's considering that Nullifier next. Pretty cool item, seen it built on quite a few Life Stealers. Nice against Morphling. Could disable the Lincolns. Even just disabling things like the hood active and stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah. Down bottom lane? Or I guess that they're going mid with this instead. Thought they might try and go into Oliver, but it's too difficult to try and jump him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a long run that's spotted by this ward here in the Dire jungle, so they're fully aware that Kezu's rotating down here, and that means Boogie's going to get out. Didn't have a TP, though, so things were getting risky, and yeah, they just know he's gone, so they'll bail out and start farming.
Yep. Looks like he wants to get an Agnum Scepter next. More stuff to keep him survivable in this one. The Lich Phase Boots. You know, I was a little surprised to see this still stick around, but it's pretty good.
Well, I mean, you got to get into that armlet later on. You got to get the damage talent, you know, level 15. It's a tough life these days. It's very nice to have the phase boots against a life stealer. Pretty sweet in a game like this.
Closer to that Radiance as well on the Abaddon. Weeha has his Midas long completed and trying to get towards a Glimmer Cape as well. Bottom lane, Cancel could think about doing something down here, but it's so tough to bring down this Morph lane.
We already talked about the magic damage on the Radiant side, but with the Morphling, of course, it's still going to be pretty magic damage focused with some of his nukes once he gets the magic going, so nice game to get a Glimmer Cape. They actually move right past the Centaur in their own jungle.
What the hell?
Go where they will least expect you. Boogie's on a whole other level right now.
Looks like Weeha's done, though.
Top lane, yeah.
There's
they even ult for it, though.
It's pretty well played. They set that up perfectly so that it was just the range creep and Weeha are able to take him down.
Wait, they ultied him too? I mean, this is an AA, guys. What's
turn around, bottom lane.
Mid lane.
Their Spirit dead. And in the meantime, Boogie is going to cut creep waves because that's a thing. Is Blink Dagger done? Trying to get out of there. Jump away, little buddy. And he's good.
Slippery fella. Back to his teammates. Back to some ward covers they have laid down there. Kezu picked up a Void Stone early on. I'm guessing he was going to go for a Yule's. Probably to like help pop the Lincolns and stuff to keep the combos going. Just a generally decent item on Shaker, but he wants a Shadow Blade instead.
The mana regen. Value.
Oh, he did finish the Yule's. My bad. No, he definitely just still had all that gold.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. He was holding it for a while, but he does actually go for the finish, so... Still a solid item. Weehaw goes down again. I mean, that's going to be a common reoccurrence if he's just chilling by himself on a wave. The other thing is they just, like, look where they just killed a hero. Literally under the tower with a wave and they can't push it.
Yeah. It's pretty indicative of the state of the game right now. But I guess, like, that's the thing that the thing I'm really curious about in this game is if it's a problem for them or not. Because Morphlane late game was always that, like, be-all, end-all carry that can just win you the game. And I'm wondering if he's still the same way. You know what I mean?
He's still strong. I mean, I'm sure. I guess he kind of was that status. Yeah, he still kind of is, right? He's still gonna farm a bunch of items. He's really slippery and annoying to deal with. I think they have a lot of really good answers from this game, so I don't know if this game will be a really good judge for it though, because he like can't play super risque. A lot of Morphlings would be down here like hitting a tier 3 or a tier 2 at this point, right? Because you're like, oh, the second my Lincolns pops, I'm just out of here. But he can't really do that. And plus, when we used to play it like that, that's when you had his old ultimate, where you could just move it around the map and split push a lot better. One would assume that this Morphling should be a lot worse at split pushing because he doesn't have that ability anymore.
Right.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Boogie is just going to face tank the tower for a little bit. take it down slowly. Let's see if Cancel decides to go on it. They actually have vision. Oh no! They spotted him in the trees and now just gonna jump away from him. The coil is there and Boogie's gonna TP away now. Yule Scepter left up.
Yules. Yeah.
Uh-oh. What's happening now, buddies? They are gonna be able to get the silence off and now the Ice Blast gonna miss, but they still find the kill. And
Kenzo has a blink Yules if he wants to chase. Oh, I thought maybe he'd go after DNZ, but I guess they don't know where everyone else is.
Well, space created for 9, who's pushing down bottom.
Alright, they're gonna go on this Batten, but silence there again. And yeah, 9 does get it though, so he's getting his rat on. He's gonna go top and try and deny this. Oh, Tomato.
The turn, 9 jumps away, Lincoln Sphere pops, but he's fine.
He could morph and slow him with open wounds.
Oh, the dream. He's going for it. Oh, they got him with the miss coil. And now they jump forward. 9 finds a second kill. What a monster.
The range wasn't quite there. He tried to go for the morph play. I think that was the first morph we've seen this game, unless you saw one.
I saw his on cooldown earlier, but I don't know what he used it on.
Oh, okay. So he must use that so, but still, it's pretty funny.
Well,
so I wonder if the talent is better or the allies is better. I feel like the allies might be better because of the baiting plays you could do.
Right.
Or can you... I don't know how that works anymore. Can you tell?
I don't think you can tell.
It probably just has that same bug where it used to be like the level, where it'll stay like Lich level 18 or something, for example, but I'm not sure. And then again, it's not like you can just bait with an illusion. You might not want them to jump you. It could still be kind of scary, especially with the forms of initiation the Radiant have, so...
Yeah. The waveform attacks thing is kind of cool. I guess,
I haven't actually seen it in action yet.
Well, so he's been using it where if you waveform, it counts as an auto attack going through them as well, I think.
That will be my understanding as well. So, nice little addition for the carry morph.
Yeah.
Got higher damage on your waveform.
And I mean,
so let's see.
That's pretty significant.
Yeah, that is a lot of damage.
Particularly, I mean, he doesn't even have that many damage items right now.
Oh, they do scan the Radiant into the Roche pit, so they're aware this is happening. They have the Centaur ult. They have everything on Earth Spirit. There's a chance to get here, but DNZ doesn't have a TP. He's also so close to a Blink Dagger, so they're sneaking this in at a time where it's like pretty much the best case scenario. Dire can't really fight, but with Evaden coming through...
Yeah, he has the Radiance.
Oh, but they're going to find DNZ up into the Shrine.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's huge.
Now looking for a chase. They need to be able to find a kill here, and Weehaw, he is going to go down. Now Cinder and also maybe in trouble. They pop the Fiend's Grip on him, or excuse me, yeah, they use it now, but going to be Aphotic shielded off, and well, easy peasy. Now they go into Roche.
And that's 243 damage now, still sitting at 1100 HP-ish.
Cancel could go for a quick play here.
They don't have any vision on him.
Oh, walking in. They're thinking about it. Yeah, he doesn't want to go.
Alright, Dire looking pretty solid here. I think Cancel should be fine here. He'll worm his way out of there. Oh, grabs a Dagon, so that'll give him a little bit more burst. Nice to try and keep blowing up DNZ. Combos well with his Veil. Not going for anything that's going to help him in towards that Dream Coil Rapid Fire, though. We've seen some pucks opting towards like Mjolnirs and Maelstroms earlier on, just so when they get there. I mean, he still has quite a bit of time to work on it, but if you don't have those kind of items, you generally have to go for the 420 GPM instead.
Yeah. Have you been seeing it be that good? I feel like I've only seen the 420 GPM still.
At Dota Pit, there were a couple of games where it was picked up. But overall, I'm generally a bigger fan. I think it's just like you need to be snowballing pretty hard already to justify the Dream Coil Rapid Fire. Like, you have to be able to get all these items. If you don't have like 5 slots filled, I'm pretty sure you get 420 GPM, especially because you might want to change out some of your items, like get a Scythe or something. Get some better defensive tools for your teammates. If you don't have a Lincoln's already, you can buy one just to help out your carry. All that kind of stuff is given to you with the 420 GPM.
Yeah. Maybe a big play of Bruin here. They have the Aghanim Scepter on Centaur coming out right now, and they walk forward, go on to Boogie. They have the damage reduction, though, so they're not going to be able to find that much damage onto the Dire team for this. Keizu is just gone. That's going to be Cinderin, and Weehaw dropping super low. They turn to fight and are going to be able to get the Fiend's Grip. Can they kill off the Morphling? They burn through the Aegis. The stun is going to connect still, though, and now the chase is there, and it's not going to be enough. Tomato does get out. but they end up losing 3. Did he just not get his strength form switched over? Am I crazy?
Sorry?
The Morphling.
What do you mean?
Well, because he was Fiend Script, but you can switch to Agi or switch to Strength when you were.
Oh, he was already really low when he got grabbed and everything, so. He was being right-clicked at the same time as well.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. He ended up going for the Morph cooldown instead, so kind of makes sense like you were saying. They do jump forward, miss absolutely everything on the stun, but they still find the silence onto the puck. He goes down. DNZ taking a lot of damage, but Tomato has to run away because there's just too much coming out. The Echo Slam, it doesn't matter. They are not going to be able to make anything of this, and GG is called.
Wow. It looks pretty good, right? We're in the Roche pit. Looked like they would be the ones to get it, but they didn't know exactly where the heroes on Penta were. Then they actually blew up DNZ, and I was thinking, okay, this looks pretty good from Bitter Feed, but their new Morphling kind of looked a lot like old Morphling, just not quite as great at split pushing, I guess, but overall still very tanky, hard to deal with, high damage, 12, 3, and 9. I think DNZ was my MVP this game. Thought he played really well in the Earth Spirit. He made so much happen in the early game. By far the standout amongst the supports. Weehaw hit some really good Ice Blasts, but he can't do nearly as much on his own. Yeah. And plus, he couldn't do anything until level 6, whereas DNZ was making plays from like level 1 to 5. So, very impressive stuff coming up from them in the first game of our best of 3.
Yeah, definitely. Really impressive. I think that you don't necessarily need to like ban the Morphling. Maybe you just draft where you can have answers to it, because they were sort of forced into last picking a Lich, right? There wasn't really, or rather, last picking an Ancient Apparition, and that was sort of the problem of the draft.
Yeah, we talked about like the idea of DNZ can make plays happen. He can do stuff, and we were worried about the support duo for the Radiant. So yeah, as you said, that's kind of why they got pigeonholed into Bane and AA support duo. It was good because they had Kezu and Cancel as 2 very active like initiating cores. However, that meant that they only had 1 carry in Tomato, and generally single core or like single right-click drafts with Life Stealer don't tend to do too well.
Yeah. Maybe also thinking about like banning out the Lich. I don't know if you have to, but it was, I think, part of what allowed Morphling to do so well in that mid lane and get away with being greedy. But I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be game number 2 coming around right around the corner. Penta versus Bitter Feed. And Trent, any final words before we go on to that one?
No, just looking forward to see what our draft entails next. They Penta have some more tricks up their sleeves. Easy Radiance at Baden. The classic.
All right, everybody, we'll be back in a few. See you guys for game number 2. Oh my god, what the hell is this music? We gotta switch it up. This is no good. This is no good at all. There we go. That's a little bit better. See you in a bit.
under the deeper into uncertainty. The unknown has shown grace, but yet the third degree. Lessons from the truth moves closer, so can you pay the fee? From A to B, cascade brain, I hate to be voice of the last starfighter. I am Esquire, shape of my skull beholds. I am the star child, sightless, going beyond the song, timeless. Right, righteous, but what's left is really priceless. Treat me how you wanna be, but suddenly you're hunting me. Yes, the sky is falling, chicken little. Don't you love to be screaming out the obvious, but never saying help me? Just too much to handle in the world, now we melting. Save it to the heart to drive and count the stars until I cry. Flowers in the final view, the world is ending, come inside graceful. When we gone, the earth will write a fable. Seas will rejoice in the skies will rise faithful. Sun still sets and the buildings will still crumble. Meek inherit the earth, the comfort of the humble. Just setting the mood, come closer, I hug you. Say I love you right before the sky tumbles. Put it in the atmosphere, raise it up until we're near. Touching on the face of God, maybe now he's gonna hear. Joy coming in the morning, most of us will shed a tear. Looking at the final act, hoping that we hold it dear. Put it in the atmosphere, raise it up until we're near. Touching on the face of God, maybe now he's gonna hear. Joy coming in the morning, most of us will shed a tear. Looking at the final act, hoping that we hold it dear. Mission of the schism, a minor key in the wisdom. Put it to the chamber and let it go to the rhythm. I move it to the ocean and break it out of the prison. World full of wonder, I wonder if I will live it. Full to my abilities with super high fidelity. Put it to the tide of life, but still it's just an elegy. Screaming to the closest cloud and watch it as it's coming down. Sun setting in the morning while the moon is touch the ground crazy. Like learning that you're about to have a baby. Two coming together, forming a better maybe. Raising the glass ceiling, the feeling so amazing. Like music playing while the sky is fading, praying for safety. Quiet in a deeper soul, speaking through the notes and told deeper meanings of being dedication on one accord. Let's begin, measure of the moment till the world ends. Space between the breaths is eternity as the earth spins. Smile as a child do, listening to mother's tunes. Weight is on my shoulders, but its color is a shade of blue. Put it in the atmosphere, raise it up until we near. Touching on the face of God, maybe now he's gonna hear. Joy coming in the morning, most of us will shed a tear. Looking at the final act, hoping that we hold it dear. Put it in the atmosphere, raise it up until we near. Touching on the face of God, maybe now he's gonna hear. Joy coming in the morning, most of us will shed a tear. Looking at the final act, hoping that we hold it dear.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the BTS, the Summit 8 qualifiers. It is going to be the EU region this time around. Penta Esports facing off against Midderfeed. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by Trent. We saw a Morphling in the last game, surprisingly enough, and this time around, he's still in the pool. We'll see if Penta want to go for it, or maybe just take the Lich again and then build into its second phase. Trent, how you doing?
I'm looking at those heroes. I'm thinking about the Lich Morphling. It also makes me think about Lich AM, to be honest with you. Some of those more obnoxious dual lanes mid. We thought maybe we were done with them with the reduction of the creeps in the mid lane. We lost that extra guy, but people still pretty down with it. So we'll see. I think second phase we might see the Morphling ban, just because it was pretty frustrating and it kind of screwed over their support picks. Or maybe they'll just focus less on it in that sense. Already things look better, right? Because we have the Earth Spirit for mid or feed instead, and that was certainly the key hero for Penta last game.
Yeah, this is the needed change, I think. You take that one away yourself. Granted, it was because it was like a first pick overall for Penta, and they ended up, or rather for mid or feed last time, and they took the Bane, which seems like a good take, but maybe needing to get one of those team fighters earlier instead.
Yeah, I think this is just perfect, right? You have the counter to Puck in the Earth Spirit, so this gives Puck a really nice mid lane. There's pretty much no one else that can come mid and really harass Puck all that much, so this makes it more matchup dependent, likely. Unless we just get a Lich +1, I suppose. But if it's a pure 1v1 situation, then you're looking more towards those really obnoxious guys like Viper is pretty brutal these days. With that new Nether Toxin, kind of like Alchemist Acid Spray is actually decent against Puck, but the Penta Shaker, this was DNZ's big hero at the Aces ROG LAN. Played it fantastically well. And yeah, instantly AM is going to get banned out. They're not going to let that Lich AM thing happen if they're willing to show off. I mean, AM gets banned out in most games second phase now, but I think Lich plus him is still pretty strong.
Yeah. 10 seconds. It's I think it's just one of those heroes that it still needs a little bit more tweaking. They tried to nerf him a little bit in the last game. I really hate that he's in pubs everywhere, but I mean, it's not.
He already was, and now he's just good.
I don't. I have
the
to
worst
say,
part.
Even when he was terrible, I would still ban out anti-mage every game, because you either A, have an anti-mage that just like never fights on your team and then you lose the game because they run at you, or you have an anti-mage that's on the enemy team and he just farms the whole time and then you eventually lose because it's an anti-mage. It's just like, I hate my life.
This is known as the Pudge conundrum. Pudge on the enemy team hits every hook and dominates your lanes. Pudge on your team never hits a hook the entire game. Very difficult stuff.
This is why I'm a turbo gamer now.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, Prophet banned out. We lost another Kisser here. Oh, the Omni Knight was the other ban by Penta. I could see that again. It's pretty strong with the Earth Spirit with those early rotations, and he seems to be a little bit more popular than someone like the Dark Seer to Iron Shell the Earth Spirit, so it's just a different way to enable him. I wonder if Magnus will end up being a thing here. Probably not, since they already have the Puck, and then that would be like Mag and Puck kind of overlapping for mid or feed.
Hey, that's kind of cool, though. You coil them, you RP them,
and
then you push them out of the coil.
It's pretty mad damage.
That is awesome.
Yeah, but then, you need someone else to empower. I mean, I guess you can just focus on empowering yourself in your position 1. That'd be fine for a Magnus too, so.
Cool.
Position 5 should be the next thing for a mid or feed, and they will take out that Omni Knight again. So Cinderin's Bane is still in the pool. Obviously still a pretty strong hero. Can do decently roaming around with the Earth Spirit. They could consider comboing up and just grabbing the AA this time for Cinderin instead. Would combo up nicely with the Puck and the Earth Spirit. Kind of depends on what they're thinking for their safe lane, though, just because AA +1 tends to have very specific friends in mind, like a Chaos Knight or a Sven or something, so you just go for a silencer.
I think that one of the things I was worried about is if you take the Bane, then you can just go Abaddon and like taking off the Fiend's Grip, causing more issues for that hero, and if he doesn't have those nice abilities, then it's going to be much less effective. This, at least, you're going to be able to cancel it out later on. It also is, great for team fight and being able to be that like super strong initiation. And if they wanted to here, they could go for like a Bat Rider in combination with this, and then they've got just a ridiculous amount of initiation, or anything else.
That's actually a pretty good shout there. Definitely possible, especially if Penta reveals their safe laner and it's not someone who's good at handling him. Already the Lich has a pretty poor time and the Shaker against the Bat Rider, so there's actually even some pressure here potentially for Penta to grab him. But they will actually be the ones to take that Darkseer. So you get yourself a Guardian Greaves offlaner to deal with all 3 of these silences, so he can still cast his spells. Can also farm up well enough that he can actually get into a Lotus Orb to help out his allies who are being silenced. But overall, not the strongest offlaner these days. Needs a lot of space. Doesn't really like to join in on early fights.
5 seconds.
Doesn't have a very good roaming partner with a Shaker.
I was like so on board for Darkseer when I was like when we were at PGL and all this stuff. I'd be like, oh, silencer pick. We'll get a Guardian Greaves hero. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be Darkseer. And he would just lose every game. It was so sad. Like you said, he's just like a shell of his former self. And Ion Shell, you have like 2 Ion Shells on a hero while they're underneath a tier 2 tower, and they would just like walk away from him. It's just like, it's nothing. So sad.
Yeah, it's a little rough. It kind of makes you think about more split pushy kind of stuff, but I don't know. Shaker's kind of greedy. Darkseer's kind of greedy. I'm not feeling too great if I'm Penta right now.
Maybe it'll be a 9 Shaker. What do you think about that? Is that awful?
Yeah. Without
Okay,
poor man's
cool.
shield, it's pretty rough these days, man. You know, what are you gonna, like double stout mid versus Puck or something?
Dream.
It's a hard life. So yeah, I still like your Bat Rider idea, honestly. I think that looks pretty strong here. The only real counter they have is the Fisher, and it's not that strong. He can fly over top of the Fisher in the off lane. He can destroy someone like a Lich.
They can't take Legion now either, really.
Who can't? Sorry. Oh, you mean Penta?
Yeah, they can't.
It's also a good hero for mid or feed if they wanted that, but
Ooh.
Is this the age-old classic Kezu Lone Druid?
Wowza.
I don't know if Tomato plays this hero. I can't. I haven't seen too many mid or feed games. But this used to be Kezu's hero.
Yeah.
Like, that was the big thing that it got banned every single game.
Well, it seems like then if that's the case, probably a pretty high likelihood.
Could also be like a offlane Puck still as well, and then this could be Lone Druid safe lane or mid.
So this is the classic answer, right? You take the Life Stealer to deal with the Lone Druid to like be able to beat up the bear.
He has some issues though. He doesn't have a good infest partner early on. He needs a Blink Dagger on an Earthshaker or a Blink Dagger on a Darkseer, and we almost never see Darkseers stop off out of their aura buildups for a Blink anymore. And he's up against all of these silences, which are really bad for a Lifestealer, because he doesn't want to have to build Manta or anything to deal with that. I'm not too confident. There must be something that they're thinking about as their last pick that's going to really save this. The DP. I thought they might go DP in that last phase just because it's a hero they play, and she's also very good against a lot of silences because you just need to get off your ulti, and then it just keeps on going, right? Maybe you get off a couple Soul Siphons, they keep going. So we see her as a pretty classic counter to these silences, but mid or feed just knowing that once they've picked up a third silence, they're willing to ban that out in that next phase, so...
I just want to put this out there real quickly. I tried to Dota buff the mid or feed, team thing because I want to look up if there are any extra picks there. So I typed in Dota buff mid or feed, and I just got like 20,000 user accounts. It's just like all of them labeled mid or feed.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, the state of our game.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, I actually do have the drafting up. Currently, they're 6-15 with this roster. Whew, 28.57% win rate.
That ain't great.
Rough stuff. Penta, they're at like almost 60%, 59.6. They played a lot of games, though, and this isn't the same roster. I think that would be varying amongst the different ones, but historically a proud franchise. Next pick here for Penta, probably a mid hero. I don't think you can pull off... Oh, actually, Wraith King doesn't work anymore against Lone Druid because they changed the crit. Oh, that's too bad. That was a fun counter. Wind Ranger is actually kind of a classic one, but it'll be the Mirana.
Okay. I don't know if that saves... Well, maybe it's not, like, save is the wrong word. I wasn't sold on Darkseer last patch. I want to see how he looks this patch. But my intuition is telling me that it's still going to be kind of rough.
They only have Fisher to combo, and Echo Slam, of course, but they need to be very on point with those combinations. And DNZ is a great Earthshaker player. It was by far his best hero with the land, so I have faith in that, but I think it's going to be very difficult to execute. And then they're going to go back for the Necrophos.
All right. Cancel Necro, and then it is going to be a Tomato Lone Druid, or are they switching it up in Tomato off lane?
Yeah, I could see it going either way. They don't know either.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, Tomato Pie. I think it's way too much of a Kezu hero.
All right. Oh, there we go. I'm the carry now.
Man, it's going to be so sad when this Lifestealer is silenced and he just gets Reapered.
Yeah, that's going to suck.
I really like the mid or feed draft. I don't even know how Penta win this game.
I mean, it feels like it has to be a bunch of big combos, like vacuum into Earthshaker and Chain Frost. There's avenues for it to happen, but it requires like a bunch of big kills.
Well, I'm ready to be impressed, but we'll see if that'll be the case. Looks like lane's anything odd here.
Prepare for battle.
Do you remember when Weeha used to play Earth Spirit mid?
Yeah, that was exciting. I think this is like one of the big reasons he wanted to be the 4. Kind of sucks. He was all amped up to be the 4 role because you get to be way more active around the map, which is still true, but 4 role is almost less game defining now, it feels like, than the mid again.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. He finally makes the switch over and
yeah,
it's taken away from him.
Then again, we just said last game, I think it's fair to say DNZ was the big player last game, and he was in the 4 role. He was on an Earth Spirit, so we'll see if Weeha can get the same done here.
Yeah. I also like now that on Earth Spirit, you can pretty much be assured that nobody's going to be able to get a vision of you as you place down your first ward, because you're faster than pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
It's interesting that I wonder why Cancel likes the Necrophos more than Tomato. I mean, I've seen Tomato play Puck before, so it's not that shocking that he'll be taking it to the mid, but I don't know, it's just kind of funny. After Cancel just did fairly well on the Puck, I would say, because Tomato maybe just doesn't like playing Necrophos, but lanes look really good for the Dire right now. This Necrophos, very classic counter to the Darkseer. When we were seeing a lot of Necrophos, that was one of the best times to pick them. It's just you can get a lot of denies and everything for your Death Pulse stacks. Easy mana regen. It makes the Darkseer life pretty hard.
Well, 4 heroes top to be expected, as RMN is going to be going mid with 9. They're a little bit behind, as he did not want to TP to the mid lane. So that's a little bit interesting.
Yeah, it's been pretty standard at this point. And they are rotating through with Weeha onto RMN.
He's just going to TP away, and, well, oh my god.
That was so close.
Projectile was midair. DNZ is here, and going to wait for an orb possibly from Tomato.
He got down to 4 HP. Damn, dude.
It's crazy.
So close.
Well, if he orbs, I think Tomato's dead. But it doesn't look like he's going to do that.
Yeah, they're trying to bait it out for like the range creep, but it's not going to end up getting low enough, so he shouldn't be forced to.
And he's 3-3 so far.
Puck out.
Didn't even see him face shift right there. That was crazy.
Top lane Kezu's also doing pretty well. He's got some help from Cinderin, so he's not just on his own or anything. They even committed a ward here from the Radiant, which it's not going to be as helpful as I think they thought it might be, just because like they actually have a support pulling and stuff like that. When it's a solo lone druid like this, it would have been a little bit more useful. Just try and punish him like that.
Right.
With the pulls happening, it's not quite as big of a deal. Cinderin uses the curse to get the pull off from like long range, so he doesn't have to risk himself walking over. It's pretty cool.
Although Penta is going to come and punish that one now, and with Kezu coming in, they might be able to turn this back around. They have some creeps in the area, but they didn't draw aggro over. Instead, went over to the other creep. So 3 heroes in the area. He gets a 3-person curse, and Oliver takes some hits as he heads off. But well, at the end of the day, it doesn't end up really being that big of a deal. They'll miss a couple of these under the tower, but overall, just a kind of aggressive lane that feels like mid or feed are able to get away with.
Bottom lane, they are going to miss the roll there on the boogies. He's juking around there with the surge, but they're going to get all these waves. And he's going to check for bounty runes, but they are indeed gone. So we double bounties like that. Very important early on in the game's position 4. This life continues to be pretty easy.
Jump forward.
Mid lane, there was an orb used, but nice phase shift.
The arrow's still going to connect. It's a long stun, but I think that 9, is he going to be able to find the kill? Phase shift at the last second? No, he ends up missing his auto attack, and Tomato plays his way out of there, has the salve as well.
That is ours.
It's a lot of mana expended there.
Yeah, that was really nice. How many leaps do? Only 1 left, and these things recharge so slow at level 1. It takes a full minute. So now it's Tomato who can actually play aggressive here, trying to burn out that last leap if he can.
Nicely done. So it will be the salve used for 9 as well. And well, the final tally ends up being regen for both sides. Still a couple more tangos left on Mirana. But she is having a tough time of it.
Oh, Cinderin.
Oh, no!
He's stuck!
Oh, God. All right, he's still going to get out of there, though.
As his DP. So, yeah, that's one issue with this whole tri lane. Only 1 stun until Shaker's at least level 3. But DNC he has those early boots. So he just can keep wandering between those 2 lanes, back and forth. And Cinder's been doing a great job getting those creeps down here, pulled to the hard camp. Yes, it means that Oliver still have the last hit, but it's giving free space to Kezu, which is very important for him if he's ever going to get into that Midas, which will be his first choice here, as per usual. Orb is used by Tomato mid, so he's vulnerable. However, he's underneath his tower. He's got an observer. He's got a sentry. He just saw the Shaker running back towards top, so he's feeling A-okay right now. And Kezu with the bear, it does get stunned up there. So, nice little grab on the bounty rune from DNZ.
Yeah. They're able to take it back. He'll poof it back to himself. And mid lane, maybe something happening. I missed first blood. What the hell?
Yeah, they were actually trying to fight Boogie. This little battle started to come out because of the bounty runes. And he'd be able to get a kill there on the Earth Spirit. Probably tried to roll away maybe and just couldn't quite find the angle from a surge or something blocking it.
All right, Tomato, play it safe here. They do have the Earthshaker in the area. Weeha's there as well, but they spot him. And going to try and find the kill, the stun to follow, and didn't miss that kill.
Get up if you can.
Instantly pings there's a ward somewhere here.
Yeah.
He doesn't quite have it right. He pinged there and there when really it's a little bit close to the tower, but either way, he's going to know this vision area, so he's going to be more cautious with smokes and stuff. He wants to find something. And speaking of smokes, they actually smoke right up down bottom. See if he can force a roll. There's the roll. Now they can go on the Earth Spirit.
Okay. They're trying to take him down. They missed the Enchant Totem, but all these heroes in the area, it should still be a finish, I believe. Stun! Connects on to 3. Weeha trying to walk away from him. It looks like he's going to be able to. They surge up DNZ and going to be forced to use that Shrine. Armen?
Oh, if he cancels this clarity. Did you not see him?
I guess not. Nighttime vision. Well, okay.
And DNZ is just going to try and own this bounty rune, it looks like. Just going to camp here. Maybe hoping the Earth Spirit comes through low.
Yeah.
This whole area down here is just so crazy right now for position 4. You just like, you want to control both of these bounty runes and then the 6-minute rune as well.
Oh.
And so every time it's such a bloodbath.
KZ, I think, messed up a little bit there. He ended up using the Savage Roar on his hero instead of the bear. And I think it wouldn't have been that much damage anyways, but Weeha able to get it.
Yeah,
nicely done. Oh, sick. Now he's trying to get the angle for the other roll, but not going to be able to do it. Boogie instead might be in trouble. He gets the silence off, trying to find the kill, and Boogie is going to go down. They give the kill over to Cancel.
Do you see Cancel pinging like, dude, can you stop trying to roll up that bounty rune and look at this hero that's almost dead next to you? Like, please. Dream Coil to stop Mirana.
Oh, they could kick her. Kick her, kick her. All right, they didn't even need to. They just find the kill anyways.
Yeah, knew he was in trouble.
He had already used the 2 leaps to try and get to the bounty rune and ends up being punished for it. Well, fight recap. Pretty little nice bit of golden experience going their way. But the laning stage so far, a root now onto Lifestealer. Nothing really coming of that. They're trying to bait this out here.
4 heroes up here.
Can they make it happen? KZU still has that Savage Roar. Going to use it now, but they already had the Rage. And KZU going to go down. They cancel the TPs.
All right, well, if you rotate 4 heroes like that, you better get the kill. So nicely done. Now Synderen will TP home. Doesn't look like there's a stun. No vacuum. Still on cooldown for 8 minutes. So
nice.
Into the tower they go. This is one great thing about Darkseer. You can still grab some waves with ease. But bottom lane, they're going to do the exact same thing here. Cancel's just salving through to keep the catapult alive. And the range creep. Strats.
Dude, use your...
the next wave coming through.
Use your fort. That's fine. Probably better to hang on to that one. Yeah.
Hey, you're right, though. I mean, they're getting some damage top anyway. Could have been a play.
They're going to use it now. Easy peasy. Tower goes down. They don't get the last hit, but that's fine. Nice is the call from Cancel. And at the 8-minute mark, it is 1,000 gold lead into the favor of mid or feed.
No. If I could say anything nice about the Radiant draft, at least this time it's not a single core lifestealer in terms of the right click. Mirana definitely gets into some hefty right click damage now with the 100 leap attack speed at 15. It's a lot easier to like spec in towards it. Get the Manta against all these silences, maybe a Dragon Lance. Looks like a pretty solid build this game for 9. Downsides though. How are we going to defuse this Necrophos? I guess Lifestealer is a natural builder of the Nullifier, but still, it is really rough stuff to deal with Ghost Shroud these days.
Maybe you get like a Necro book or something, but even then it has to be up to level 3, and you need it a lot earlier than that.
Dude, if you're buying a level 3 Necro book, I think you lost.
That's true. It's kind of a bit terrible item now anyways.
Yeah. I love we're talking to Mind Control Dota Pit, and it was... what do you think about Beastmaster right now and everything? He's like, Necrobook is bad, so the hero is bad.
Jesus.
He wasn't quite right. Turns out the Beastmaster is really OP, but he is right about Necrobook, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough. Nice little play up top here. They cut through the trees onto Cancel, but he's holding that Ghost Shot. However, he doesn't have a TP, plus they have Vacuum, so...
I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. They turn it back around. Oh, the stun! He might have been able to get the Reapers if it hadn't been for DNZ moving in, but Tomato might be able to play clean up here. Has another orb soon, but the surge away. Oliver's low. Out, phase shift already used. Tomato in trouble. They're able to bait it out, but they have the silence to follow this one. Can they chase? Do they want to?
That's so unlikely to hit.
Too scary. You give him a few little, hey, how you doing on the way out of there, though?
Alright, meanwhile, Kezu's now way down bottom with this bear. Maybe trying to set something up here with Synderen, hoping they get a lucky root. Or just keep pushing in the wave, it seems.
Synderen has no intelligence stolen. That's sad.
Yeah, it's a little depressing.
Oh.
But, you know. He also hasn't died. So
there you go.
That. Yeah. Positives.
Alright, silence on the Mirana, but she already left away.
Dire's middle tower is under
But a very passive game so far. Only 6 kills at the 10-minute mark, and I gotta feel like this is probably favoring Midderfeed a little bit more. You're gonna be able to get those level 6s online.
Weehaw went for a really long play up top to try and set up into a scythe. Speaking of which, Weehaw has treads. It's kind of cool.
Whoa.
Bottom. Set something up here. Oh, Synderen.
Nice Savage Roar, but I mean, you jinxed him earlier. He said he hadn't died yet.
Oh, don't worry. Kezu's got the body block to make sure that he dies.
Jesus.
No, he was dead anyway. I'm just kidding. They're going in for the Midas now, though. So, a rich little Kezu here.
God, he is playing this really greedy, though.
Top
There's like 4 heroes down here. Kezu is in trouble. They've got everything that they need to be able to take him down. The vacuum back, pulling him in, trying to run away, but they have the Starfall, and even command the Chain Frost for that. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, a bit greedy.
Oliver?
Cancel. He's in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, he has the Reaper Scythe, but there's nothing they can do. Midderfeed falling apart. What is happening?
I believe they're all alone versus like 3 heroes at a time.
Now Tomatoes.
If I had to sum it up.
I mean, he's going to be okay here, I think.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage right now. Double null and treads. He's pounding into this tower.
Yeah.
And now he has a Veil too. So plenty of damage. Not the highest of mobility quite yet. Probably going to have to sync up with Weehaw for that. But speaking of which, Weehaw wandering past the Lich. He's like, hey, wait a second. There's a Lich in here.
That was...
Where you going, dude?
What the hell? This is the weirdest game ever. What is happening? Meanwhile, Tomato's just dead.
How did he die? Wait, what?
I don't know.
He has a haste rune. He got really greedy, bottling the haste, I guess.
Yeah, it must have been.
And
he
was, oh, he's trying to kill Boogie. He's getting pretty low. Boogie, by the way, no boots, but he has his helm, and I bet it was the raindrops that got him in the end, probably. But, yeah. Love the helm build on Darkseer. Big fan. And he gets the Centaur too, which is probably the best one. So some extra lockdown. They can now Fissure into Centaur Stomp, into Vacuum, and that could help them combo down someone like the Puck.
Yeah, or the Necro as they're moving forward for this.
Lone Druid down bottom as well, but no, never mind. They're not going to chase. Well, maybe.
Well, thinking about it, DNZ, they get it. The arrow connects as well with the Savage Roar. That might be enough, although Keizu still in trouble, getting ran down, and he is going to die again. Mid or feed, they're just like getting killed off solo around the map. What's happening?
Well, right now it's mid and feed, because there's 3 of them here taking the tower. While Kezu's feeding bottom, so at least, you know, they got a couple of their priorities going right now.
I guess. Lordy. Well, Tomato, he's found himself a Lich. That's pretty good. We'll be able to find the finishes there. And unfortunate part, well, okay, they missed the arrow. That happens. It's understandable. I think that he was fogged out right there.
Yeah.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Gives him the whoops. I mean, he was hasted. I understand what happened. It just looks really funny from our perspective. I love it that we can see chat wheel too. It's so good. Whoops. Yeah. My favorite chat wheel is still jungling. Now that jungling is so dead, I really like having that on my chat wheel.
Is that a thing?
Anything goes wrong in the early game, jungling.
I gotta add that to my chat wheel. That's great.
Oh yeah, it's replaced sad trombone for me. I feel like it's the same emotion. You know, if someone comes to your game and says jungling, the first thing it womp 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 womp. Yeah. So you know, there's our little setup. Look at this, the Fissure into the Stomp. This is what we were looking for.
Weehow wanted to make something of this, but he's going to get the sound. Oh, TP'ing away. No, it's not going to happen, though. It was a brilliant idea, but it wasn't good enough. And Weehaw goes down. DNZ double kill. It is... I don't know. I felt like the Midderfeed draft was like more easily executable than this. Is it just that they like don't have the blink daggers up on the heroes that they need it to at this point, or what's the problem?
I like this Darkseer. I think Boogie's owning this game. He's not playing Darkseer the way that we've seen him be played and lose every single game. Like, he's not insanely farmed or anything. Like, he's a little bit low, whereas Darkseers tend to be very high in the net worth chart because they're just throwing ion shells at waves the entire time. But he's been really active. He got that helm as fast as he could, and then he immediately started getting kills with it and setting up. So I think that's a big reason for their success. Certainly, there's some questions as to, like, people are being very far apart on the side of mid or feed. Maybe they haven't like used their best combos yet. Do we have a scythe kill yet? I don't think we do. We definitely don't. The only kill he had was when he got that kill at the bounty rune.
Yeah.
So issues. Maybe like the earlier blink could have helped on Tomato so they could actually catch someone like this Mirana. I'm not sure. But either way, they are not finding what they need. This is also a really important game for Penta because it's a bit of a grudge match. They were a little upset with some of the more recent invites to certain tournaments where mid or feed were being able to get into like direct qualifying and stuff, and some tournaments don't have open qualifiers, so they then couldn't even play in it despite how they feel playing a lot better recently. So they're I'm expecting some tweets if Penta 2-0 this series.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Players certainly never shy about their opinions.
That's good. That's the way we want it, man.
Absolutely. Tomato, or no, not Tomato, excuse me, Oliver. I was used to Tomato being in those. Cancel.
Just lost like...
I mean, nobody's here, so it works. It's whatever.
I know, but still, that was harsh, man.
A lot of damage.
That was painful.
They are going to be able to get a lot of regen off of this, though, from all the creeps that he's going to kill. They're taking down the tier 2 tower. It's good stuff coming in from mid or feed. A little bit of a change where they're actually together, and at the same time, Penta trying to pull them across the map. But net worth lead still only 1,000 into the favor of mid or feed, in spite of the fact that it's the 10-5 kill score.
Yeah, a lot of that, I mean, the Midas, I think they, how many towers do they have now? 1, 2, 3, so 2 towers up already. And there is a Blink Dagger now for DNZ, though. So he has a smoke ready. Looks like he's maybe just waiting for the Lifestealer. Oh, they're actually already smoked up near the Roche pit without the Shaker with his fresh Blink. Kind of interesting. Doesn't have a TP on DNZ. What's going on? Looks like they're trying to wait bottom, hoping someone's going to be there. Oh, he has the purge creep, eh? Get him, dude.
Also got the radiance. You're talking about it.
I mean, we were looking for that answer against the Necrophos too, right? With the Ghost Shroud, so it's nice to have this.
That's true.
Yeah, he's obsessed. He just buys radiance on every single hero.
Are we going to see some Ancient action?
Ancient? Oh, no. No, he doesn't go that far. That's the... What was that? Tranquil Boots that these used to do?
Yeah, man.
That build was the dankest of dank builds.
I mean, I think it's not bad to be inside of an Ancient, right? Like, at least a little bit.
It's got its benefits. But then they changed it, right? Because you had to have a certain level to get into Ancients now. It has to be level 2 or 3, and then... So it's not nearly as cool.
But you can still do it.
Yeah. Speaking of awesome builds, I saw Slasher was tweeting recently, and he said he still feels like his greatest contribution to Dota was the Rapier First Medusa build, but everyone's too wimpy to build it.
Was that the word that he used?
No.
Okay.
How did you know?
God, I can't laugh anymore. My throat is just like dying. But yeah, I had a feeling. Speaking about players,
I actually don't remember what he said, but that was the general gist of it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm down for Rapier First.
Do something. Cancel. The global silence comes out. They're chasing him down. Kezu needing to run away from him there. Cinderin's already out, but they've been able to catch Cancel and starting to run him down. The Dream Coil trying to turn it back around, but Tomato left all alone. Weeha not able to find an opening onto anybody. He only gets the magnetized onto 1. Now it's transferred onto 4, but there's still not enough follow-up damage.
So what just happened in that fight? Kezu and Cancel get gone on, and they TP home.
Yeah.
As they're TPing home, there's like a 4-man Dream Coil and Earth Spirit ulti. That's the problem, right? Like, you're going in and committing when you've just lost your 2 biggest damage dealers and finishers. And it's understandable because Lone Druid, he just wants to finish his Radiance. He's like, look, I can safely get out of this one. I'm the main focus right now, so you guys should be able to get out too. And they probably could have, but it looked like there was some sort of a breakdown in communication there in terms of what they actually wanted to do. So that's going to cost them a little bit here, as they've given up quite a bit of space up top now to Penta. Lone Druid is down bottom without a TP, and might be able to get in towards this tower, but it looks like Cancel will be able to hold it. Solar Crest will be the next build for Oliver. This has kind of been the classic build before any of these Radiance First Lifestealers, and oh, he's rapping on Weeha.
Oh god, Weeha, he just TP'd into this one. Did you get the silence? But that just reveals his positioning, and now he's in a ton of trouble. Can they get out of this one, though?
Oh, the arrow!
Damn it, they're not able to do it. They hit the arrow onto Cancel, but they did bring down Oliver already, and now trying to find this turnaround. Cinderin, he's low, but he's the only one. They finally find a scythe kill, and they're going to be able to take down the Earthshaker as well. A great play by Kezu there to be able to get the finish onto the Lifestealer before he could get back into the fight.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good, right, when they scouted out Weeha and everything, but even though they're taking the fight with Global Silence down, it does not go well for them. Tons of damage from the Lone Druid, 2145, and a little bit more from Tomato at 2400, so they just kind of shredded that Radiant team. Defensive options, not very strong right now. We talked about those really early auras for the Darkseer, and that's how everyone's played them. Being more active does have a little bit of a punish here in this case. He doesn't have like a mech or a pipe ready at this point, so they pretty much need everything to go perfectly with these big Echo Slam initiations.
Oh, they get Global right back up right now, though. If they want to, they could maybe think about turning back around onto this.
Dude, these arrows.
Arrow, again, connecting. A ton of damage. The Global comes out, but they don't even need it. They don't need any spells to find that kill. So Global is now down, and Roshan is open, as well as the Tier 1 tower.
Fresh medallion, so yeah, they could probably go tower into Roche if they want. It's still a bit risky because Earth Spirit will be back up, and so I don't think you really want to fight him in the pit. You don't have Echo Slam either, so they might just want to play it a little bit slower here.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Maybe push towards mid or something. Bottom lane, there's a lot of pressure being put on, and Earthshaker's going to go back and take care of that. Smoke up by Weeha and Tomato. They're looking for a kill. We'll see if they can find anything down bottom, if DNZ sticks around for a little while or not.
Well, as this game starts to progress, I feel a little better about the Dire's chances.
Yeah.
I like the idea, just like silences are so strong. It's pretty difficult to itemize against them. The best thing you can buy on a lot of heroes is Yule Scepter when you think about like these, maybe like Earthshaker or something like that. And even when you have to Yules yourself, you have to take yourself out of the fight for so long. BKBs can be purchased, but then they start to wear down. And we also have the Lone Druid who can hop right through that. We have the Necrophos who can help control people, even with BKBs, can kind of catch them and then burst them really quickly when you don't think you need to use it quite yet. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I just really like their Tricore in comparison. However, if DNZ can make some big plays, he's decently farmed right now. He's looking in towards that 4-staff next. He can still kind of make up for that differential, I think. But overall, I would say the team that has less pressure on them would probably be the Dire. Just feels easier to me.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I don't know how much of like the early deaths that happened on Midder feed were necessary, as Tomato's going to be able to find a courier snipe.
It's a good way to put it. Necessary.
Necessary, yeah. Oh. Looking for an opening, not finding it.
That was a threatening roll. It was like a pufferfish blowing up.
Arrow?
It's like, I could do something, but I won't.
They spot them all out here. This could be a big opening, and there's no sentries down? Do they not have vision of this right now? Okay, well, Moonlight Shadow's going to wear off, but DNC looking for the opening. He finds it, and he's going to be able to jump onto Kansu, who's blown down very low, but he's still living through it all. Now DNC in the middle of all of them gets a 3-person Fissure, and the Chain Frost's going to start to bounce between Weeha and Synderen and Tomato. They're all getting torn to pieces, but they've lost the Earthshaker. They've lost the Lifestealer. Lone Druid has gone down. They can maybe still take this fight. A great silence there, but now the vacuum into the wall. Roshan gets the finish onto Synderen. But they're still going to be able to take down Boogie on that Darkseer. So at 3 for 3 so far, RMN most likely to die, although...
Oh my god, that vacuum was so clutch. He was like mid-scythe. Whew.
I don't know exactly what RMN's plan is here.
Hanging out, guys.
Use your illusion!
Do you guys want to go back to base? I think we're just going to go back to base. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
It's like the Armistice, or whatever that thing's called. What was it?
Armistice?
Armistice, yeah.
There you go. Got him.
Well, anyways, that was a very odd series of events.
Cool scouting by the Centaur to lead into a nice Echo Slam. That was a nice little combo piece that you have here just by having a Helm of the Dominator creep, right?
Yeah.
They're pretty obnoxious. They're difficult to deal with. He didn't get Midased. BKB is now done for the Mirana, so this would be a really nice time to take control of the game for them. Talk about like the later game looking pretty good for the Dire, but obviously they can still fight really well right now. She's got that Dragonlance. She didn't go Manta like we might have thought, but she got the Maelstrom instead. And then now with this BKB, her attack speed is so sick. Obviously, once she's that leap talent, which she's had for a while now, but comboed up with the Maelstrom, you can just like shred an enemy team, especially comboed up with the Vacuum. Yeah. I was only thinking of like stuns that worked with Vacuum, but in terms of overall damage, if there's like 3 heroes vacuumed in while she's doing the 100 leap attack speed, could be certainly quite a bit of Maelstrom damage flying on out there.
This game is so weird still. Like I was looking up top, and you know you have the Oliver is just farming away as they're gonna try and chase down Darkseer here, and Tomato like unintentionally blinked directly on top of him. And then they both just like looked at each other for a second, then phase shift, and then blinked away. It was so weird.
Top tower is under attack.
Anyways, Oliver pushing up top lane here. We've got the Lone Druid Bear, has his Radiance as well, building towards the Assault Cuirass. But Oliver feeling very confident. A Rage TP now, and they turn it back around. The Scythe is there. The rest of his team is gone. Oliver is in trouble. And with Boogie, he's not going to be able to make a difference.
Pull-ups. No. Maybe there's a chance we went for a creep wave instead. The Lich is on his team this time, at the very least, but wasn't able to find anything, so. Yeah. Will they consider Roche? It looks like they are. They have a medallion on Weeha. Seems to be the play. Radiant Vision. They are fully aware of what's happening. Thanks to this ward. Oh, by the way, this ward right here, if you guys see that, that is the new ward spot in your pubs. I will big circle on the minimap for you. This is the thing to do. You need like a Tango or a Quelling Blade to cut the tree down and place it there, but it is by far the best ward in this area.
Yeah. It doesn't give you vision right inside the pit, but obviously the Dire Jungle is really good as well.
Well, we lost this ward, right? The little high peak. Exactly. So this is the replacement ward that you need now. Yeah. So.
I also like the one that the Dire have right here. This one's pretty good too, but it doesn't give vision into the jungle.
Which one's? Sorry, draw on the mini map so it shows up for me.
This guy.
Your drawing's not showing up.
Look.
Where the hell are you? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you have to draw on the mini-map for the white lines to appear.
Look at it. There it is.
I thought it was going to be a cool ward. This isn't cool.
This is the best ward. Look at it. It's great.
It's lame. It's on the ground. I want like these cool hidden wards. So you're just
all right, how about
trees
this one?
Shit.
How about that one?
All right, yeah, that one's a good one. I like that one.
That one's great.
You're in.
All
right, infest ball mid.
Oh,
here we go. The smoke.
Fissure. No, they don't go for it. You gotta commit. You gotta go for it. Gotta go for Glutz and Glory, but it might not end up being enough anyways. The Earthshaker's starting to fall down. Tomato, no, the Echo Slam. It's off the mark, and they are not gonna lose DNZ yet. He might get another Fissure up in a second. The vacuum wall into 3. The Fissure follow-up. They got it. Everything that they need and more. Pull Minifeed. A double kill now as well for 9. They're gonna take him down.
He's alive.
Oh, what a player. He's out of there. Tomato's still in the hunt. He is going to get him. Poor DNZ. But I think that Penta take that death for all the greatness that was happening elsewhere.
Dude, how are these vacuums so owners without a Blink Dagger? I mean, he has the plus 75 vacuum AoE, but still. What a boss.
Yeah, that's really good. And now, no buyback on the Lone Druid or the Necrophos. Oh, Trent, this is looking scary.
Very nice fight to have that 10-second BKB. I think they definitely had the advantage just because that's recently popped up. Overall in items, that was the big thing. So really important they took a fight at this moment as game gets harder, I think. But Dreamcoil on 2.
Yep, roll in. They get the stun onto 3. Maybe going to be able to find a follow with the silence onto all of them, but Moran is still living. It looks like Oliver will as well. Cinderin getting a little bit aggressive there, buddy. The Tomato, he takes down 9. That's a big kill. And Boogie gonna get infested and able to surge himself away. Looks
Tomato's
like
still chasing here.
RMN, do they not have vision? I'll just try and chase them down. They will be able to run after the Lich if they want, but I think that they might have gone a bit too far. DNZ, turn around. They throw out a Chain Frost to keep them back. RMN's still in trouble. The silence is there, and they'll be able to find this Reaper, I think, or they'll just find
I don't think they want to sight them anyway.
Oh, RMN, the stick charge. Oh no!
Yeah, that's rough. Mjolnir now done for the Mirana as well. So once she's back up, she's going to be terrifying. But they do get the tower. Now the question is, alright, what's the play here? So they're circling the shrine. Looks like they want to see if they can, like, maybe convince them that they go in Roche and then smoke to the shrine.
Did you see that?
No, what happened?
Weehaw, like they... again, like a missed Chant Totem, Weehaw tries to get the roll out and then like misses the one stun or the one stone and has to drop a second one on the roll. It just...
Dude, this is sick. Oh, I thought they were actually good. Damn it, if they committed! If you committed, you would have found her alone! Why didn't you commit?
What is happening?
I thought they had the right, because I thought they were gonna wrap and try and catch people TPing the shrine and it would have worked. She was all alone, but they're playing it safely and backing away. There was a scan from the Radiant. They knew they were around the Roche pit. And now it's DNZ in here pretty deep with just the Lifestealer.
Alright, Echo Slam is there. Cinderin! Oh no! That wasn't meant to be.
It's a tough call, because like you see them and you're like, oh fuck. Like, do I global now, or is that just going to be a waste? He doesn't have buyback though, and that means this Roche should be theirs. We'll have to see what plays they can make. Tomato's hasted.
Want to go for this one, although the orb already used. That's the only thing that they have for vision. They need to make this work. The smoke is there, the roll in. Roche isn't rolling up yet, and they're able to get the block off there with the fissure. The Dream Coil, it's onto 2. Is it going to be enough damage? They take down 1. Oliver's dead, but he buys back immediately. Vacuum wall onto 2 of them, but it actually didn't connect onto cancel. I don't know if it's really going to end up mattering. Roche is low enough that mid or feet can't really come and take it themselves, and DNZ, he finds himself a fissure. The leap forward, they take down the bear. Does he have another one? KZU resummons.
They don't have that shrine either, so Tomato's still nearby. They have the global silence, so they have a chance at a play here still. There is a recent Lotus Orb on the Darkseer
DNZ, though. He's got him caught. Is he going to be able to blink out of there? All right, he blinks away, but Boogie is there. They pull him back in the fissure. They got him caught. The global silence. They pick up the Aegis. So Tomato gets the jaunt away. The arrow, does it connect? Not quite. But still they're chasing, and Weehaw barely able to escape from Boogie.
That was so close. The stun was just long enough that Puck couldn't orb into the pit, or else it would have synced up perfectly with the global silence. He would have had a chance at least snatching it. But just wasn't quite meant to be there. So The Radiant take control. And Mirana now with this Mjolnir, Aegis, and a 8-second BKB is terrifying. Any sort of stun coming out from the Earth Spirit or the Earthshaker or the Darkseer to set her up, and she is going to obliterate anyone in her path. Khezo even forced into a Ghost Scepter for himself, but that doesn't make you safe.
Yeah.
Especially if we find another Purge creep here.
Well, it's scary stuff indeed, and with the tier 2 tower in their sights, maybe time to jump forward again. 9, looking for the arrow. It's not going to connect, but they do still have the jump forward. Echo again off the mark, and the silence comes out. There's going to be another coil. The stun onto 2. Weeha is playing out of his mind, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. Is the Chain Frost? It's bouncing over to the puck. He's actually out of there, though. Cancel, trying to turn this on to 9. As Reaper's off cooldown in 1, he is going to save it. That's just the Aegis. Can they go back in for another round now? 9 pops the BKB, turns to fight. Boogie's coming in as well. He has the vacuum on to 3. The wall is well down. Can they kill off Cancel though? No. They can't bring him down. Tomato trying to jaunt away. They are going to be able to run, but Oliver still turned back around with the Savage Roar. They end up throwing the Lotus Orb on him, which keeps him from getting turned away for too long. Oliver still looking for the chase. Pops the Rage. Keizu getting ran at the body block to Cancel. Oh, what a guy. And he's slowly died. They end up turning this around onto Oliver. He goes down. Tomato saves the day with the help from the Necrophos. So that was, correct me if I'm wrong, the radiance from the Lifestealer was killing the creep that he was in? Was that the thing
I wasn't actually looking, but that might have been it. I mean, the wave was already low, so I think it was already deniable when he jumped in.
Okay, fair enough.
But damn. Yeah, that's a bit rough. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna make a list of people allowed to play Darkseer, and Boogie is gonna be the first person on the list.
All right.
Like, feels like he never wins games, but I don't even understand how he still doesn't have a Blink Dagger. Like, I don't even buy it at this point, dude. Your vacuums are insane. That was unbelievable. That talent is crazy. It's plus 75. You're like, oh, it's not that big, but that must have been the max range. Like, those 3 heroes were so far apart.
Yeah. I think
brought back in.
I mean, I think that the reason it wasn't taken before because it was like opposite cooldown reduction or something, right?
It was something good.
Yeah.
Either way,
I feel like it's a really underrated talent, and showing it off here, and now with the Blink Dagger, trying to think about what he's going to be able to do going forward. It's scary stuff. Mirana, Diffusal Blade done, level 20, like you were talking about. That mana break is there already, and the smoke up now from Midderfeed. Roll in, they find DNZ, Global the follow. Does he get himself out of here? There's no way, right? No, he's dead.
Yeah, you're right. It was the cooldown. Correctamundo, sir. Nice talent, knowledge. Got him.
Oh, thank you.
They're still chasing without Shaker, though.
Radiance was canceling his blink, and now they turn on to cancel. RMN already killed off Cinderin. Force Staff into the pit. Still have a vacuum available if they want to use it, but they have the stun. Long duration. Moonlight Shadow saving the day.
Scythe and 5 if they find him, but not going to happen.
They have an arrow again. Oh, if they hit this. Vacuum wall. Decent. Now the roll away. They jump back in again. This is Lich going to die. He's caught completely alone on an island and does throw out a Chain Frost, but it's not even going to bounce. Penta kind of throwing away the lead that they had built up for themselves.
Yeah, I guess just a couple rough fights, even though they look like they were so strong. This Mirana. Strangely, I mean, some deep dives as well from Oliver. Didn't really help the situation. Him dying, he's not able to excel quite as much. Like, look how far behind he is on his Mirana right now. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Especially with a Radiance build, where you kind of expect him to be a harder farmer than most Lifestealers. Like, a lot of Lifestealers get caught in this situation where they rely so much on infest ganks, but you would expect this guy to be able to do a lot more. Now, he can't split push quite as well because of the puck and the Necrophos. Like, there's some decent catch. But still.
Well, the other thing is that as he gets to the later stages, like that rage duration, it's going to maybe mean he can survive through some of these fights a little bit longer, and then you can play catch-up. That's something to think about, is that if they actually get a farmed Lifestealer, things could get very scary. Oh, Weehaw went for the armor instead of the roller bowling damage. Point Boulder.
What is it? Plus 200, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's pretty good
I think
for
maybe.
waves.
Yeah, you also you move the. It's more about like the mobility. I feel like it's not often you're rolling into people as much in the late game, but you're right. It is pretty nice for waves.
Oh, I think that they're going to be able to take down this bear again. Damn. I'm throwing the chain frost on it. Not messing around.
Yeah, it's worth it for sure. So this tower will finally go down. Man, I feel like they have approached this thing so many times, but highly unlikely it lives through this engagement. And they'll just peck away at it. No real trade here for the Dire, so that's nice for them.
Yeah. Do they just keep going here?
Yeah, I'd like to see some wards placed down. We have one on the Lich, though, so it doesn't look like they have a whole lot in the tank. And he's going to go for that one.
They're like right next to each other. I guess that's okay.
Minute and a half until Roche. That'll be the next big thing.
So we've got the Ags and the Sheep Stick on Puck. Obviously, the thing that we've been seeing a lot throughout this game has been the Savage Roar combo together with the Dream Coil. If they find that, it's really, really good now in this game, I think.
Yeah.
Vacuum wall.
Vacuum.
Onto 2. Fissure to follow. Maybe looking
doesn't
for more.
Look good without Lifestealer.
Yeah, that's really not looking great. The Global comes out. Now they're TPing away, but the Hex is there, and the Reaper Sight comes out as well. Penta, what is happening to you guys here? It's a stun onto 3 of them. Tomato is godlike. 9 trying to take down Weehaw. They are going to be able to bring him down. The Lifestealer's finally shown up. Wants to infest into 9, but they run away from him. So he doesn't have anywhere left to go. He turns to fight, starting to bring down Cancel, but they get, again, the Savage Roar. The Mule Roller is onto him, though. Starting to fight again. Cancel. Starting to take a lot of damage. Force Staff to the low ground. Boogie has him. They can get the vacuum. They pull them all to the low ground. Now, can they clean up? Can they finish? Keizu, Ghost Scepter. That just means he takes even more damage. 4 are dead. Penta play it beautifully.
Lack of focus, it looked like there from the Dire. And then they just went back in when they were so low. Maybe they just thought there was no chance to get out anyway, so they tried to fight it, but man, they just got obliterated. Wasn't even close. The Mjolnir procs flying on through. Easy fight. Considering how that engagement started, I thought for sure that was going to be Penta mid or feed favored, but they didn't get the big blow up on anyone important, right? If they don't get the Scythe kill onto the Mirana or the Lifestealer, it's a tough game.
Well, Oliver's still living through this. He has the Lotus Orb and was able to get his rage off, but now they have to buy back. And they break the tether, stun, cancel. He doesn't have Reapers, though. Oliver trying to heal back up to this. Gets inside of a creep first.
But yeah, it is burning down here, so.
Yeah, Oliver in trouble. Does have TP, but doesn't know, I guess, that there is no sight. There's nothing that could break that, right? Am I crazy?
I mean, I'm sure he would have been right-clicked to death, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oof. Okay, well, Oliver again, issues, but...
That happens.
And the Roche is still the key thing. It will respawn in about a minute, so on the earlier end, but not quite early enough here for mid or feed. I would really like to see the Aghanims this game for cancel. I definitely see the value in the Shiva's Guard because of the damage from the Lifestealer and the Mirana, but on the other hand, like, if he just has the Scythe available during these engagements, if they kill Mirana or Lifestealer, the fight should just be over, you would think.
Yeah.
Because there's Darkseer and everything, but he only really adds a controlling element. You also have this pipe finished up on cancel for a pretty long time at this point, so it's a little bit harder for the rest of the heroes to add on some damage. It's just mostly about all this ridiculous right-click that they have going on.
Maybe their thought is just like, you know, you have... If you get one Reapers off that finds the finish, then you're going to win the fight regardless, and so you only need one, but there's been a couple times where it would have been nice to have it for sure. Penta's going in again. So many
fights where it's on cooldown, and it's just like, oh, yeah, they could have won this, but I mean, obviously the other items are pretty important in their own way. Chasing now with the Blink Dagger, 2-man back, but the Echo whiffs again.
The arrow is going to go out, though, and that's going to break the TP, and, well, that's going to be a kill. Cinderen's down. Can they find any more? They have the AoE Surge, going to push forward for DNZ. They end up breaking. No, not the TP. They can't get him. Weehaw gets away.
Right there. And Tomato is split pushing on bottom, has his bots ready too, so in a very nice spot right now.
We didn't mention this. RMN went for the 150 damage and also the 120 GPM, or 120 damage now and 120 GPM. So he's getting into items as well.
He loves those phase boots, dude.
Yeah. Oh no.
DNZ?
Can he do anything here? Cancel in trouble. The pull back, the jump away. Cancel's living. The Dream Coil is on to 4. Can they find any follow-up after this? The BKBs are popped. They're trying to take down the Bear, but it's doing a lot of damage. They're also being able to get the bashes. There's the leap away. Still living. A secondary leap. Trying to get out of there. Oliver living through it all. They're doing a lot of damage with this Radiance, but it's not looking like it's not. Now they have the arrow. It's connected onto Cancel. The vacuum wall, the Chain Frost bouncing back and forth, but they're going to be able to get away from it. It's bouncing back and forth between the Ancients now. Dust is out. They have vision on all these heroes. Little Piggy running out of there, and they caught themselves the puck. So he's going down. And now, mid or feed needing to run away. The arrow again going to connect onto that Necrophos. They're going to buy back now. Can they make this work for themselves? Another great stun. Weeha making it happen. They get the Lotus Orb on a 9, though, so that way he can start to take down Cinderin. Cinderin dead. But this is a buyback from Tomato. If he loses his life here, this would be disastrous for mid or feed. He's getting ran down. No way out of it. Can he blink away? No, it's on cooldown. It's not going to happen. Dead for 110. Everybody else gone. Penta, I think, just won the game.
Good lord, Weeha really did do everything he possibly could have, but the really early focus onto the Bear, shut down Kezu. He'd used both very early on in the engagement. There were a couple of nice bashes and everything, but Oliver is just, you can't take him down that way. If they're not going to scythe them, I'm not sure how it's going to happen. So, forced to just scythe them to DNZ. Yes, he's still dead, but in the end, it is Penta taking a second set of racks, and as he said, likely the game here.
Well,
Kezu is, well, he's coming home.
There's
he still has no Bear
on anybody. 30 seconds, no Bear. Mega's gonna happen, and well, stun connects from Weeha, but that's about all he can do at this point. And now Cinderin also hit with the silence for himself, and GG is called. Penta taking it, moving to the upper bracket against Midderfeed, and Midderfeed are not out of this tournament. They are going to drop down to the lower bracket. Trent, what do you think? Talk to me about the series and what you saw.
Definitely the better fights taken by the Radiant. I mean, they looked really strong with the initiation of the Earthshaker. He whipped a couple Echo Slams, but between him and Boogie, the double initiators, they kind of owned both games, really. Like DNZ's Earth Spirit game 1, amazing. And then game 2 on the Shaker, not quite as good, but Boogie was able to kind of pick up the slack there. Man, those vacuums were crazy. Mirana just so survivable as well. Maybe just the lack of, like, direct stuns. You have to rely on a root. Cinder didn't have anything to offer besides the silence. Then once she had her BKB, she was kind of walking over these fights, and they would have had to Dream Coil her and then combo her up with the Earth Spirit. But between all the silences, being able to knock off, having that BKB, she was a bit too much. And they didn't find good scythes this game, I think. Yeah. Especially because there weren't even like Lincoln Spears or anything to play around. So if you're not getting the good scythes with the Necrophos, you saw he fell behind really hard. He was like 13k or something at the end of that game. Just not getting the kind of stuff. He only had 5, 7, and 9. You know, you look at the 13 kills on Tomato. Excellent game out of him, but wasn't quite enough to carry. It's hard to solo carry a game on Puck and Earth Spirit in this case, where they were the ones who looked like they were performing the best. And mid or feed then in a little bit of trouble here as they start their qualifiers.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a tough one. I mean, you get 2-0'd. Still a lot of questions to be raised. As far as the next series of games that we're going to be taking a look at, I'll bring up the schedule in a second. But as far as this Penta team is concerned, how well do you think they can do going forward?
Who's in the second round now? We were just it's Kingwin and to be determined.
Mouse, I think.
Oh, it's Mouse.
I could be wrong about that, but I think that it's Mouse.
In the next phase,
like, there's a couple things that were switched around because Secret was taken out.
Secret.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, either way, I could definitely see them performing well against Kingwin. I mean, they know each other really well. They play and scrim a lot together, I'm sure too. So they're pretty even with them. And then with Mouse too, we haven't seen them much. I feel like this patch definitely suits Mouse really well, especially like those position 4 roamers. I think it's something they were always very good at. Maybe next time should have a pretty good bounty patch here. So I'm intrigued to see them play. I haven't got a chance yet, but overall, they should be considered one of the strongest teams in this qualifier. Yeah. And I know a lot of people aren't really expecting that, but they don't really have that same recognition as a lot of teams of their tier.
Well, I'm very excited to watch them. I think that they showed some really cool stuff. Boogie, he's been around the block. I feel like these are names that have kind of always been around. RMN in particular, I think that guy's just been around forever. But we're going to have to wait and see, because they are going to be playing later on today, where they face off against the winner of our next series, which is going to be Hellraisers versus RSC. Trent, we're going to take a little bit of a break. I need to wait and hear from the admins if we're going to be starting early or if it's starting according to the schedule. If it's starting according to the schedule, it will probably be in about an hour from now, roughly. So stay tuned, everybody. Trent, any final words, shout outs that you want to give?
No, take us away and see you guys for the next one.
All right, see you guys for the second series of the day in just a few. Game number 2, it's going to be, again, the wonderful guys from Hellraisers versus RSC. See you then.
trouble, need love on the double, spent cake in a lifetime, climbing to the level, contract with the devil, loophole, expiration date, on the side of good people, always set the record straight, round and round the piano keys, meditate, felt it in the music, need it now, can't let it wait, it's not a secret, everything is all out and exposed, going down like the water in the river flows, it's how it goes, another day, another story told, stuck inside the puzzle, searching, still trying to get a hold, forgotten souls, got lost in the cold, trying to get the freedom, now they need them, walking down the Hope Road, they said they hope so, but it was a no-go, front row stage show, well-placed logo, fancy lights and the cameras are on, but he don't care, he's just there to sing another sad love song, fade to black, soundtrack to another night, it's the music of the rain and the city lights, feel no pain, it makes the whole city bright, without the sparkle of hype, it's just another night, fade to black, the soundtrack to another night, it's the music of the rain and the city lights, feel no pain, it makes the whole city bright, without the sparkle of hype, it's just another night, and they all knew what it was from the first glance, no excuses, should have planned in advance, man.
Documented on Pro Tools, a task and struggling hustles of an ordinary black man.
Spin a record with a 2-week lifespan, can't find a good girl, so we hooked the mic stand.
Not a lot of paper left in his right hand, making enemies of folks he treated like fam.
Stone cold, solid rock at every point stop, what you lean on soon as the pressure drop.
Ghetto hot, know the ledge, or you'll get a shot, but they'll never stop till his name's known on every block.
Spread my wings, fly away to the night beat, who's wide awake while the rest of the city sleeps.
In these gritty streets, dudes give you plenty heat, they get no mind, and we grind, losing plenty sleep. Yeah. Some play for keeps while you lay to sleep. In the dark, your worst nightmare waits for heat. And it ain't the sun, though dawn is near. Air's crisp and calm, I think a storm is near. And I'm watching lightning dance across the skyline. Usually miss it, rarely find time to bask in blackness. Hint of line shine, I'm in the jazz club, chillin' sippin' with fine wine. Hypnotized by the strum of the upright. Feel like lost souls got their eyes on me some nights, so I keep my eyes wide and move cautious. Slip and find yourself in a brand new coffin by morning. Now you're one with the night breed. You should have known better if you're anything like me. But the city lights will seduce you. Daywalkers beware if it's not what you used to.
Life, dance, stay free. We live. And the beat goes. Life, dance, stay free. We live. And the beat goes. Make noise for the loved ones. Bang on the drum, celebrate where you come from. Wake up in the morning, it's a blessing, and the day is a prayer. And you feel it right there, like, yeah, but you want a little something, something. Carry on till the evening is teething. Reach another day, another search for the reason. And then the night bites, and what it is, learn how to dream enough to learn to live. Positive, affirmative, gotta make it happen like there is no alternative. Now whose turn it is? Mine and the earn to give and stay permanent. Shock waves didn't roll your way, now you wanna change the clock, but then it all stops. And we forget that, and wanna get back to where we left off. A few steps off, you wanna get on, you gotta get right. Hold on, sit tight, look at the dim light. Take a breath, ask yes for some insight. And say yes from your belly through your windpipe. And now it feels like you thought it should have been right. And it feels good, feels like you never left. Little young cat, got his shit togetherness. Feel high like Mount Everest, forever fresh. So good, I think we want another yes. But no to fascism and classism. Off the beaten path like they never had rhythm. In the first place, worst case scenario. What we're seeing and hearing now in stereo. Same shit, different assholes, splash the bowl. Capture cowboy, take away his lasso. We're going forth to a new day, our own way. This is our time, not what they say. They playing foul play, I'm playing James Brown. We're gonna find out the truth any day now. They on their way out, looking for a way out. I just got here, and I'm staying. I'm just saying. And the beat goes. Life, love, dance, sing, no war. Stay free, we can live, yes. And the beat goes. Life, love, dance, sing, no war. Stay free, we can live, yes. And the beat goes. $, wipe yourself. Try to keep the money all in line. Hard enough just keeping your health. I give some thought, hope my feeling is felt. I can find it when it's feeling it felt. It's like the wheel gotta deal with the needle when it's feeling itself. The inside when it's screaming for help. On the outside shining for the public. The DJs love it. Been moving with the pitch control. Groove is the soul. It's new or it's old. If it's true then it's told. A Negro, spiritual or cold. Techno ode to a 49 area code. If it's good then it must be sold. That's what they say, but I'm still not sold. Still loyal to the rhythm and the melody. The beat and it's telling me words that weigh heavily. Open my heart readily. Good days, they better be soon because I'm almost changing my mind. Yes, and I'm almost changing my grind. Spend a lot of time seeking to find. It's more about the trick than the treat. Not about the lyric or the beat. It's more about the lines filling the seats. People jump on bandwagons and in the conclusions. I jump on ideas, still might fall to confusion. I spend a lot of time losing. Still in the game, enough practice, still sharp with the aim. Teeter-totter never came to my side. Still enjoying the ride. I put my weight down just the same. Fuck pride, folks died so I can tell you my name. Just living my life. Only yes, not a maybe in sight. Except maybe that I may be right. Yes, felt the world shake, staying up in dangerous heights. I had to come down 29 flights, and when he wasn't dead, tell me what you think he said. Life, love, dance, sing, no war. Stay free, we can live, yes. And the beat goes. Life, love, dance, sing, no war. Stay free, we can live, yes. And the beat goes.
Still doing this, and it's infinite. Hideout pro, yo, let's get into it. Waiting for the clouds to part, waiting to be out of the dark. If our future's bright, then the present is an overcast, and we want it to be over fast. Let's shine. Gotta get above the clouds without an aircraft. That is without a doubt such a rare task. Finding it hard to grin or just share laughs. So you vent when that drumstick and snare clash. No plan B. Plan A's weak, mentally and physically drained, and you can't sleep. Rinse a month overdue as of last week. A shadow of your future self below a vast peak. While people walk past like they can't speak, ignored, cause without rich shit, you piss poor, quit more, drowning your spirit with liquor. Victor isn't a realistic picture, but you still take a shot and develop it for the hell of it, and pray when you wake you'll be relevant. And put your best on, you're no longer worse off. Slaving at a job you hate for a jerk off. You just wanna be kissed by the sun, where your daughter's always safe in the midst of having fun. Having someone more to do when you used to having none. Disregard the chatter from knowing all's who having one while you're waiting for the clouds to part. Waiting to be out of the dark. Yeah, if our future's bright, then the present is an overpass, and we want it to be over fast. Let's shine. Waiting for the clouds to part. Waiting to be out of the dark. Yeah, if our future's bright, then the present is an overpass, and we want it to be over fast. Let's shine. Let's shine. Let's shine. Let's shine. Let's shine. Parents couldn't do the job they signed up for. Gave you life, but they should've gave you much more. Won't judge, but I surely won't applaud them. They lost since somebody gotta raise the child for them. Now you're in and out of various households. Juvie cross passing ghetto fab, the white collar or bougie who answer the call of duty, or is it truly for a check? But regardless of their motives, they feel you own respect. You don't know how to act like you got a part in a movie, but lack direction. I knew you show love and you never had affection. Dying slow, bruh, like you got a bad infection. Ain't no band-aid for man-made self-hate. It heals slow, but I'm not sure if you'll wait. Education, the medication to get yourself straight. The war within you reach a stalemate, but good gotta win in the end, or else jail waits. Broken soul cellmates, followed by hell's gates for bad apples. Fill your weights in the belly of the beast, and it's never gonna cease till you choose to elevate. I'm ready when you are to celebrate. Till then, I'll be waiting for the clouds to part. Waiting to be out of the dark. Yeah, if our future's bright, then the present is an overpass, and we want it to be over fast. Let's shine. Waiting for the clouds to part. Waiting to be out of the dark. Yeah, if our future's bright, then the present is an overpass, and we want it to be over fast. Let's shine. Let's shine. Let's shine. Let's shine. Let's shine. Let's shine, let's shine. Let's shine, let's shine. Let it cloud burn.
revelations of my life for revelation. Speaking to scorpions, making my heart turn to porcelain. It used to have a steady beat, now it's easily broken. Mind coasting, train of thought, stopped emotions. Welling at the core, my being causing commotion. Need to release, could the stress and tear me to pieces. My love ceases and my thoughts breaking the leases. I had on my life, but the strife making me leave this. I can't beat this, going to God to defeat this. Will he help or do I have to do this myself? Alone and confused, the blues burning my health. My eyes remain closed cause my highs and lows. I'm feeling the blows of rain cause my pain is cold. Now who am I? A man or a pawn in life? Living day to day, I pray, am I wrong or right? Losing my mind, so maybe you can help me find a way to go, so I can be leaving this pain behind, trying to sleep. Sleep is the cousin of death, said a wise man from Queensbridge on BT Blessed. Trying to rest, instead I rest my head on a pillow of hardships. Misery is the bed, on my back I lie, I can see the skies through a glass ceiling. The reason tears drowning my eyes and I can't move. Grief won't let me think, my soul is dry. I crawled just to take a drink, I made you blink. Think like a visible man with mechanical hands trying to reach out to my fan. Yo, regardless, while I be moving swiftly through darkness, plotting chart on my path, I'm running, cutting my losses, stumbling over unknown bumps and complications and tribulations of my life for revelation. Yo, regardless, while I be moving swiftly through darkness, plotting chart on my
remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Summit 8 qualifiers. We're going to be taking a look at our second series of the day. It's Hellraisers facing off against Rocket Scientists. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by Trent. And Trent, hope you had a nice little break because we're into game number 2 or series number 2. How you feeling?
Dude, my break was so good. I spent the entire hour testing Morphling.
Oh.
To try out all the buffs. That hero's wild. I'm a Morphling believer now. And I just ate some Maple Cheerios because they were on sale for like $2 at the store because I assumed they were going to be terrible. But I gambled and bought 2 boxes and they're delicious.
Nice.
So I'm feeling really on top of the world right now.
I cleaned up dog pee. And as I was putting the dog pee holding towels into the washing machine, I came back out. I heard a noise in the living room. And she had spilled my entire Nalgene bottle onto my keyboard. So my break wasn't so great.
Your break, it sucked.
She's being a little pup. I'm gonna need to do some discipline on the dog, which just means giving her more treats when she does good things. I'm not
less time to eat Cheerios.
I'm not a disciplinarian. I don't know about you, but it's a hard life.
Yeah, I'd have a hard time.
But we're into this game. Hellraisers, they've gone through some changes. They bring in Sexy Bambo. This was obviously a long time ago, but it felt like when it first made the change, it was a little bit sketchy. How are you feeling about them now?
I pretty much haven't seen them since he was first added. Yeah, I watched a couple of games after he came back from Geek Fam. I think it was in SEA. So yeah, I'm still looking to kind of be. I'm looking to be impressed by HR. We'll see if they can get that same kind of glory they had when they qualified for TI. And then Rocket Scientists, much like Penta and who was that other squad we were watching?
Midderfeed.
No, yeah, but there was someone else the other day. One of the CIS squads. I don't know. I saw them all in that same tournament where it was like those EU qualifiers for Aces ROG. So I watched a few Rocket Scientists games. Solon, pretty impressive dude. Bashruk, nice, but. Other than that, I don't know. Not too impressioned, I guess. You can see the Drow strats being banned out. Don't want to allow those kind of things to happen with like that Bane puck opener. I do like that from HR. They're on top of it here.
Yeah. It's pretty solid.
See if Core Revenge can win some Dota. Hasn't been looking too hot. Like some teams play it and you're like, damn, this is ownage. And then other games it just winds up being a support bench. You know, she like never gets the farm even out of the safe lane and becomes a bit of a rough one.
Yeah, I think that I always underrate the amount of damage that she can do, particularly if you start pairing it together with some of those other heroes. And I think that the recent buff with Vengeance Aura, that feels a little bit better to me than the older iteration of it where you just give damage mitigation. I never really felt that as a player, but this one, it's you can actually see the effect of your aura as the rest of your allies come back to life and just start beating at the enemies.
It actually looks like the last matches Hellraisers were playing was that tournament I was casting. Actually, I'm just looking at their thing now. So, and it was Penta that defeated them 2-1 to go to the LAN, and then Penta ended up coming second in that LAN, which was also a qualifying spot. So Penta's on their way to Southeast Asia for the ACS Championships there.
Yeah.
In a few months, I think it is. But that's interesting. So I guess Hellraisers haven't been up to too much since then. Maybe just scrimming a lot, getting used to the new patch, see if they have anything fresh because of it. Second phase Lycan, the Night Stalker is gone, so we're not going to get any cool synergy there, but obviously still a pretty strong hero. Nice to have a Puck, though. He can just basically run in circles inside of a Dream Coil is his best benefit.
Yeah, it's not great. I'm wondering if there's anything else, like how well does Vengeance Aura work with the Lycan?
Oh yeah, definitely really strong if you want to get some early push going. But with it being assumedly in the support role at this point, I'm not so sure about it. I guess we could end up with like a mid Lycan, but we'll see.
Undying. So early aggression, lots of team fight on Rocket Scientists. It feels like Bane is always going to also be a tough hero to deal with. And maybe they think about running like an aggro dual lane or something on Rocket Scientist, since you have a really strong laner in Bane that can kind of hold on for his own, right? And Puck is usually able to hold his own in the mid lane also.
They have the option of going Puck plus Undying in the off lane is actually pretty decent. They can, I see they've recently played Veno and Undying in sort of an early game focused strategy too. They didn't win, but I can definitely see that synergy together. Topped off with a Lone Druid, but yeah, plenty of different options here in the laning, and it's Hellraisers who kind of have to reveal this fourth hero, and then Rock Scientists can kind of figure their thing out here. So if they want the PL, they'd probably have to pick it here, but then their lanes are going to be, I guess then they'd be left with like an offlaner last pick, which isn't too bad, and then they still have that flexibility of the Lycan or the PL being in the certain roles, but they'll pick their offlaner now. It'll be the Omni, who's been seeing lots of picks or bans all over the place right now. Seems to be rising with the lack of viable offlaner. Speaking of which, Brewmaster's still in. Well, why don't you just pick Brewmaster, Rocket Scientists?
Yeah, it seems decent. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you have the Undying, then maybe it's already like a little bit weird. Maybe it's not weird to run those two together. Maybe that actually fits really well.
It's great.
Yeah. Okay, I'm down with it. Pick the Brew. Go ahead.
They'd have a lot of team fight, and then they could get some nice hard carry last.
Does Dispel Magic take off Guardian Angel?
Yes.
Ooh,
with the removal of Diffusal Blade being, you know, it's hard to buy something to get rid of it these days, but it's nice to still have that.
I mean, that's the super value pick then. Go for it. Is there any reason not to at all? Maybe if you just don't have a Brew player? It's kind of a, you know, unique hero.
I guess so, but I think at this point you like need to have someone who plays him. He's the top 2 offlaner with Beastmaster, I think.
We'll see if it's crosses their mind. Anything else? I guess they would kind of be lacking for wave clear. That could be something. They're going to go for the Weaver. Maybe they're hoping they can get it last.
That's actually a decent option too, yeah, where they could still put this Weaver in the like a aggressive situation with the Weaver and the Undying, and then that Lone Druid could be a solo safe laner. I would like that. They'd have kind of like 2 harder carries on the side lanes, and then just Puck mid, who would then kind of roam and create action at level 6, and maybe accelerate them with a couple kills that way.
Okay.
That's probably what I would ban if I was HR. They don't really have the best answers for the bear right now either.
Well, what about Hellraisers? What is it that they need? Is it just going to depend upon what the last pick is from Rocket Scientists, pretty much?
Yeah, I'm not sure what this Venge is doing. I guess she was flexibility in the first phase, so it forced Rocket Scientists to ban out, like they banned a mid hero, and then they also banned a Wyvern. And Batrider was the other big offlaner left, but they had the Venge, so I didn't think they'd want to waste a ban on it. That's pretty interesting. I guess he combos up really nicely with Undying, though, so it doesn't really matter how well you can counter the lasso if he's just going to destroy your off lane.
Yeah.
If those two go up together, or destroy your safe lane, rather. But Huh.
I mean, he'd destroy whatever lane he's in, honestly. It's a tough hero to deal with. Well, last ban now. It's going to be the Queen of Pain. Taken out of this pool. Another hero that we've seen time and again. Is Mirana still in the pool? She is. Yeah.
They are lacking in the team fight aspect for Hellraisers. They only have Earthshaker, really, to like set up with Fissures and Echo and then into Avenge Stun. So I wouldn't mind some control out of the mid lane, but that tends to be a pretty difficult thing to get without a puck. A lot of our mid laners these days tend to be more so on the like just heavy damage side of things.
Yeah.
They could think about like a Dragon Knight maybe. He would be ranged and he would offer another stun. They could also just run the PL mid, so they'd have a good counter to the Tombstone.
This one could just be an OD if they wanted to also. Omni OD, the classic combo.
And this will put us into the Necrophos. So I think it's a very similar idea to the Lone Druid. He'll probably end up being safe lane with the Bane, and then the Weaver and Undying will go aggressive. And, well, this is initiation and control in a different form in the Storm Spirit. Still pretty single target focus, but they have really high mobility with the Lycan. And then even Venge has decent range with the Swap when she's level 12. You have Shaker who tries to build into that Blink Dagger. So they have people that can pair up with him, and plus you can just repel him and he balls on in. So... it's a good thing they got a BKB piercing with the Scythe. That was a nice catch at the end.
Yeah. That's great. Well, it's an interesting looking draft. I think Storm Spirit is set up well to kind of be a carry of this game. It's going to be tough because there's still like Sleep from Solon. Maybe as the game goes on also, Puck isn't the easiest matchup in the world if you're able to find a jump onto the Storm Spirit, but then it also depends upon vision, which you're going to get from 3-3 having those wolves spread around.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Feels like he's just got to be dancing around the Bane and the Necrophos, watching out for the Fiend's Grip or the Scythe, and then probably making sure they don't get ran over too fast as well.
Okay.
With an Undying, like that's what I'm looking for if Rock and Scientists are going to win, right? Like how many towers they take early on in the game. Because realistically, Lycan doesn't want to fight that much early on, and obviously Storm Spirit takes quite a while to come online too, where he has to farm up a lot of these jungle camps, so...
Well, I think Storm Spirit did get a couple buffs this last patch. He's got Kaya, he's got regen runes, giving percentage base regen now, instead of just a flat amount. All cool things.
Yeah, he got some pretty nice ones, yeah. Got some base mana regen. Well, I guess that was just with all the changes too. And we got a guy AFK though.
Let's see.
Yeah, so, oh yeah, double talents? Mangoes. Now we're talking.
Who's got the mango?
Undying.
Oh man,
this is gonna be so aggressive. I love this. Sucks for Solon because you have to buy everything, but oh well.
That was something that I was kind of wondering about. Is we noticed that. In the patch, they were talking about all the changes and increasing some of the costs of support items. I was wondering if that was in response to the fact that we had more position 5s that were just like completely sacrificial and allowing a 4 step up to like a second 3 roll. And they're trying to get people to focus more now on like having not just one guy that gets sacrificed every game. But
sadly, I think no matter what, it's gonna be more efficient to do it that way. So you just kind of screws over position 5s even more, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's gonna really matter. If anything, it just means that it can be harder for teams to always have the observers up at the you know, as fast as possible if you're not gonna get that spread going between your supports. But as someone like I primarily play 5 and focus on that for the most part, like that's definitely the role I know the best, and it's just like I would never want to sacrifice something on my 4.
Right.
Even if it's just like a windlace or something, like every little bit that they get early on in the game helps so much. So I'm just going to tank that as a 5 player. Going to do my best to try and get every single last hit on the pulls. And the better you do with that, that's how you're going to be able to keep up with the wards and everything.
By the way, we got
it's nice
10 tangos on the Weaver and 10 tangos on the Lycan.
Yeah, dude. This aggressive lane is going to be so sick. And they're dodging hard right now. Lycan coming up here. They do not want to be anywhere near that.
Undying, just the king of aggressiveness. So do we see TP rotations then? That's the question.
Well, you can't really force the Lycan to leave. So if you're the Undying and the Weaver and you try and TP to match, then they're just going to TP away and come back down to the bottom lane. So I'm not sure what they're going to end up doing. I guess they could just try and cut the tower with the Undying and the Weaver and then just try and push it down as fast as they can, because Omni Knight shouldn't be able to handle that.
Yeah.
Then again, he has a Mango. He's got 2.9 HP regen.
We'll see if Bambo can do it.
Good Fisher block onto Mikey up here.
Oh, God. If he goes down, they've got the Howl as well. Looking for the catch. He might even be able to find a second Fissure block if Mikey's not careful. Getting ran down, or they'll just find the kill. Who they give it over to? They're going to give it to the Lycan? Yeah.
Very nice.
3-3 picking it up.
First blood. I am the
All right. Good setup by Milan. Creates the easy kill. And,
Milan Earthshaker.
Yeah. A classic.
This is the one. They don't have the offlane pulls anymore, but still knows how to play this hero, that's for sure.
So Solon makes his way up here finally. These are the little dual lanes that we were kind of picturing with the draft, and how much pressure can they get onto Sexted Bambo? Free decays. He only has purification level 1. This is definitely a great time to dive him. Try and waste his mana as well.
I mean, can they, if they kill him here, is this pretty worth it? Like, do they have to kill him for it to be a effective dual lane?
Yeah, I think they want to kill him, get level 2 on Bashrook as fast as possible, and then just tombstone the tower.
Okay. Take
the whole area down.
Fissure up top lane. Mikey taking more damage, but with the rotation coming in from Undying, they're going to have to call it off. So, Rocket Scientists, they call off the charge bottom, and that's going to leave a one-on-one. Or I guess
instantly, Lycan leaves.
Yeah.
Undying, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if this is worth it. I guess if you can keep the supports up here, it's fine. Like, Milan doesn't have any mana, so he can actually TP. He has the clarity up.
But he was going to clarity anyways. Like,
yeah, and Venge is just running her way down there, so I don't know.
You're not a fan?
It's hard to tell. And like now Bashrook's just like running back down bottom anyway. So I guess he's like, okay, well I forced Lycan to TP. Now I'm gonna come down and just zone him out of there as much as I can. Take both those bounty runes. If this works out and they're able to focus down 3-3, then it'll end up being worth it.
Milan in trouble. He has another brain sap here as well. Gonna be able to find it. Milan goes down. Solon showing the power of Bane.
All right. Very nice. So this does actually work out pretty well for the Dire then. Bashrook is going to come down. Focus this? Yeah. Come fight this Lycan. Get him out of here.
Still...
You know, I was practicing my pulls this morning.
Okay.
With the new patch. It's some rough stuff, dude. You can still get this pull down on the Radiant side where you like pull the hard camp. It has to be so precise though.
Yeah.
Like, damn, it is rough stuff. Plus, then you have to be pushing the wave and everything too. It's obviously a lot easier to pull from the safe lane from the small camp now, but... I don't know. Pulls, man. Pulls stink. Position 5 sucks right now. It is not fun to play.
Oh, is he going to disrupt this with the illusions? That's pretty sick. They're trying to draw aggro again, and actually they're going to be able to. Nicely done there by J4. Still could run into some issues.
Got that. All right, so now we have a matchup of Undying and Weaver versus Venge and Lycan. This is what they wanted now for the Dire. So let's see if they can actually put this pressure on here with the Undying.
Yeah, Bambo's still taking damage up their top. They are... got J4 fairly low. But again, with no point yet committed, they could think about going for this in a bit. Still dealing damage onto J4. But 3-3 is jungling.
But
he doesn't feel comfortable coming up and hitting creeps in the wave.
Yeah, he probably wants to clear this too, just so they have more pull options.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is 8 decay stacks on Bashrook right now. Lots of mana too. That's a fish robe, and it's not gonna work. You got it.
Oh, that hurts. Damn.
Beautiful.
And that gives him level 3.
That observer really coming in handy.
Yeah.
They do get both bounties though.
Okay. That's something for Milan.
Top is a arcane rune here, so a kill on the Kaiser before 6. We haven't really focused on the mid lane at all, but it's a relatively stale lane. Puck, Storm Spirit, unlikely something's going to happen unless there's a big misplay probably. Yeah. Kaiser just falls back into the jungle, standard kind of stuff. It is very important you took that arcane rune away because that's something that can really help accelerate a Storm at this point in the game. He just goes and farms the jungle very quickly. Yes. And yeah, 3-3 stuck in the jungle, so everything worked out. He didn't go for the TP back top yet. Maybe now with the Earthshaker there, he'll consider it, but for now, they seem content getting this farm on the Omni Knight.
Well, and honestly, even if he does come back up here, they've got such good vision in this area. Like, look at these observer wards from the Dire. They just see everything, all the movements. Bambo still trying to put the pressure onto Mikey. They're able to not quite connect with the pull there. But yeah, Bambo.
It's kind of like it's like a waiting game, right? It's like if this Undying ever shows top, because right now he's not technically doing anything as Undying, right?
Yeah.
Like he's forcing Lycan out of the lane by him being here, and he's trying not to show, I think, so that Lycan will come back, so then he can bully him again. But the second Lycan goes top, then Undying wants to go top. So basically, Lycan wants to try and force the Undying to go top without himself, and then he can therefore come back into the lane against just the Weaver. With the Feral Impulse regen, he should be fine. But instead, it's Bashrik who's going to go on a hunt here. Storm's level 5, though. So if he ran into the two of them, he could be in trouble. But looks like he'll just wander his way back out after warding.
It's more damage on the Mikey up top. They're going to use the Nightmare to make sure that Bambo can't run him down. And with that, all the aggression stops. Bashrik still not really getting much done here on the Undying. Does have level 4. Still keeping those points in case he's going to need a soul rip or something.
The raindrop actually blocked his decay, so he didn't cancel the clarity. It's a little obnoxious.
Yeah. Mikey, top lane again. He's fine, but Fissure, Bambo didn't have purification off cooldown, so he couldn't find anything with that. But still, it's Weaver starting to put the hurt a little bit to 3-3 here. They're going to drop the Tombstone. No level 6, obviously, and so slowed down for the moment, but not enough. Tombstone slightly wasted there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
attack. I mean, at the same time, though, look where he is. He's getting decayed in the jungle.
Yeah, this is a rough life for 3-3.
TP got canceled, too, so that means there's one less rotation that can even come down here. Looks like it was Vengeance, I'm guessing.
Is under attack.
Oh, so she has to make her way down here by running. Bashrik ends up getting both bounty runes. This is the huge thing about this bottom lane, man. This double bounty rune is just so sick.
And they're bringing in heroes now to come and try and mess around with them a little bit. Earthshaker's in the area. But
bottom tower
Storm's here. If they wanted to think about going for a kill and then using the Shrine to get him back up, I think that would be a worthy play.
All right.
I think he's being a bit greedy, trying to finish this camp first.
But he had vision. He knows this ward is here. They're going to be able to find the D ward, but Milan manages to find it. Nicely done there. The bugs are out. Solon is in the area as well. Tombstone off cooldown in 25 seconds, but they have vision. Soul Rip keeping him alive. Can he get out of there? No. He's going down. They do find the kill on the Earthshaker. Solon making it happen on this Bane, but with not a whole lot left in the tank. Stick charges, maybe a decay turnaround. Nightmare onto Storm. That might keep the rest of Rocket Scientists alive, although Bane's still in some trouble. They don't have enough mana on Storm to chase.
Oh, very nice kill. Not expecting them to have the detection, it looked like, and then just chaining up the stuns without a chance to pop his ulti. So Nox feeds one away after taking a lot in this bottom lane. They still have the top 3 heroes on the net worth chart. Well, actually, Storm just hopped over the Necrophos, so all right, they're joshing a little bit here, but
yeah.
DD for Kaiser. Hard for him to really go for a kill on the puck. Difficult to get a kill on the Weaver despite them just achieving one. It was mostly because he dove. So I don't know if they're going to try and focus down Mikey. These are 3 relatively difficult lanes to do anything about. So it's probably just going to be Kaiser farming up into that Kaya, we assume. Kaiser and the Kaya.
Yeah.
And then Bloodstone. But no, actually, he's just queuing Bloodstone straight right now.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, they take the tower down bottom. First tower to fall of the game. Mid's taking a little bit of damage as well. 3-3 has been able to get some farm for himself. And top lane still kind of staying even with Necrophos and Omni trading it off. Not a whole lot happening in this game, but maybe they can make something happen against Milan here. Getting the bugs on him. Storm Spirit's here as well.
Oh yeah, and that sentry's still there too.
Takes off the clarity and then skitters away.
I haven't been watching top, but I feel like Bambo looks like he's really underfarmed.
Yeah.
Like, maybe just because Bane, Solon had a pretty strong presence up there, and he is underleveled, so I guess that was the reason why. But I'm really surprised considering like Lycan's been the one who said to sacrifice himself in the jungle, and he is still like more farmed than the Omni Knight.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. They've put some pressure onto him there, but well, Bambo gonna get a nice little wave under the tower here. He's gonna repel himself. This might just end up being a dead Bambo regardless.
I think it's more like just trying to secure the tower right now. Okay. I think that Tombstone was a bit early, just because the wave didn't like it got fully pushed back, so that's gonna end up being a pretty big waste. But these are the kind of plays I like to see from Undying in the early game. That's when, you know, he feels most successful is doing stuff like this. Now building into that urn. He'll have it in a moment. Pretty solid start.
A golden thread.
The catapult wave is also coming, but now that they wasted the tombstone, they're not going to have that.
Maybe they could do something with it in another lane. I don't know. Even still, it's sort of hard to imagine them making much happen. Mastermind.
I better hope they don't, because Storm also has a regen rune right now, so they're really hoping someone dives the tower and he's just going to TP in and go for some kills.
Weaver's thinking about it. They're pushing mid. It's a little bit scary. Catapult, it's in. If they wanted to, they could glyph this as well. It's a lot of damage onto the tier 1 mid. Storm Spirit's still on the other side of the map, but like you said, he could show up at a moment's notice. Solon is here as well. He ends up taking 1 tower shot himself and gets level 4 with the tome. 3-3 is here.
They have the Lycan ulti too. It looks like they're really ready to come in on this. Where's the Storm TP?
All right, here he comes. All right, this could be big now. They're going to go for the Lycan ulti, jump forward immediately onto that puck, starting to bring him low. Kaiser not able to get it yet. The Nightmare saved his life, and the silence comes out onto the Storm Spirit, and that's the regen gone. Meanwhile, they got in with 3-3. He's just dead as well. Bambo pops the repel, but the Guardian Angel as well. He's going to live through this. But that was not at all the way it should have gone.
So Storm jumped on top of, I think it was the puck, but instantly hit by the bugs from the Weaver, and his regen got canceled.
Yeah.
And so that was done, and then the Scythe right away on the Lycan in the middle of that engagement. He was expecting some more backup there. Did not come.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And that's a 5k lead now for the Rocket Scientists.
And it's been like a slow, steady thing. It's not just like that. It's off of that one fight. Milan might be dead as well. All right, now Bambo's there to save him. But yeah, this is feeling really, really good for Rocket Scientists.
Yeah, now they want to take all this lead and this pressure, try and use it to take down this tower. There's a Veil and a puck here. Milan should be dead.
Yeah. In an instant. Arcane Rune as well as a Veil, and oh, Bambo's not careful. He might go down as well. No Guardian Angel.
He doesn't have any vision up there either. They have Coil and 5 too.
Silent?
Jeez. He's not even going to leave. Why would he?
Yeah, he's fine staying there. Storm Spirit jumps forward onto Solon. This is pretty decent. Brain Sap. He has the Nightmare as well, but wasn't able to get it off. His cast point's very long on Nightmare, but they take the other tower. So 3 towers gone. 6,000 net worth lead. And the heroes that come online and start doing stuff for Hellraisers, it's like the Earthshaker, but he has 38 gold. Like, there's no way
double
he's gonna
digits.
get a Blade Dagger.
This should be a dead Undying. Once the stun's used, he could go for a TP.
He has a Tombstone also. Maybe Tombstone, Soul Rip. I don't know.
Yeah, it's too much damage. And there was a Fisher anyway, so. I'm glad you didn't give them free gold and cool down with the Tombstone too.
Oh, top lane.
Top lane.
It's Bambo.
Yeah.
Veil, Reaper Scythe, and all puck stuff. I mean, just look at the top net worths right now. They're just getting destroyed.
Yeah. They don't really do anything.
Yeah.
It's all on this Storm to have that big bounce back moment. They don't have like early game heroes at all. The Omni Knight, whenever you see teams run in the off lane right now, it's really common for it to be given the solo safe lane, and you keep that for like that really early farm, get the levels going. And he had that at first, but of course he had to make the rotation, and then the Rocket Science has definitely won the rotation game because Lycan's one who wound up in the jungle. Bashrook spotted here.
Uh-oh. Gonna go down yet again. Able to place a ward before he falls. Might have gotten spotted. Also worth noting, 3-3 is going for the Necro Book himself. So we'll have
Lycan in the mid.
He's going in super deep. Solon just gonna get blown up, and now looking for Mastermind as well. Does have the silence to follow, but he's not gonna be able to get the jaunt away. Well played. And just like that, Hellraisers pull it back into their favor very quickly.
It's actually so hard to do. Like, how do you just get a triple kill off a Lycan ulti from down here?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't really think that's like so much a Hellraiser play as a mistake by Rocket Scientists. I guess you just don't expect them to play so mega aggressive, but when you're this far ahead, you know that's the only way that they're going to try and get back into it. Weaver should be okay here.
He has time left.
I don't think he can chase this. Oh, he is a DD actually. Didn't realize, but not enough.
Out of mana. All right. Well, things looking a little bit better for Hellraisers. I guess that you can sort of maybe wait for the next Lycan ulti before you go for something again.
Who has an Aether Lens? Omni Knight. Nice. It's quite the range now, actually, to help the Lycan.
Yeah. Very good. J4 going for an urn. It is Mikey as well, who's finished off the Veil. So they have 2 Veils on Rocket Scientists.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Alright, that's no big deal. I mean, it helps Necrophos push waves pretty quickly.
Heads up play there for the scan. It's going to keep Kaiser alive.
Dire's structures are
and they will take the tier 1 top. See how much damage they can get on that tier 2 mid because their glyph is gone for the Radiant.
Top tower is under attack.
Well, mid lane, taking out the creeps.
Quite a bit of damage too.
Pushing off the tower, and
they're getting bottom as well with a catapult.
This is really good.
This is not good for HR, yeah.
Storm Spirit, he's going to jump in, has been able to find the puck, but there's the Fiend's Grip. And now just going to jaunt away, and Solon making sure that the rest of them can get their way out of there. Sleep, but still going to die. Doesn't really have a chance to TP out either. But while that's happening, bottom lane, the tower's gone. 3 for 3
and he got that
finds
last
the kill.
crit, though. Just the last swipe managed to get him. If they only lost the Bane, I'd say that favored Rocket Scientists, but with the kill on both, it's pretty decent for HR. Put some more gold into the Lycan's pocket. That's his Necro 3, I believe. And that means that they can start eyeing up Roche.
But I'm still looking at it. It's like a tier 2 tower gone, and then also the mid one brought down to 300 HP. Like, is that, how concerning is that? Do you still feel like it's okay?
Yeah, Shaker got blinked, so they're online finally for HR. And Puck's been having a really hard game so far. Not, 1-1-2 with a 6K lead at, what, 10 minutes or something stupid? Like, if your Puck doesn't have, like, 5 kills, that's a problem, I feel like. Didn't really get enough done with the early lead they had, considering Puck's one of the best heroes at abusing that in the entire game.
Okay. Well, Necro Book, level 3.
Milan doing some 360s here.
Maybe an opportunity here, though, to jump forward and try and take down the Lycan. I thought they might go, but Solon, no,
they see the courier. I mean, they see him. They're going on this Necrophos top.
Yeah.
Oh. They're not going.
I was wondering if they were going to go otherwise, but...
And right next to a shrine, a little dangerous. They might not be able to escape in time.
Yeah.
Might not be able to kill him in time with the chain stuns.
A prize.
So this is the point in time in the game where it feels like the zombie starts to fall off a little bit. He does have 4 points up in the tombstone, so it's hard to fight around that. But all these heroes are also very mobile from Hellraisers.
And plus, Lycan's a pretty solid hero against Undying in general. But, he's not too worried about the tombstone. It's going to shred right through the Undying.
We got the Storm Spirit Bloodstone completed. He is also very close to picking up that next talent.
Oh, if they kill him fast, this would be huge. The Undying's pretty far away. Or sorry, the Omni.
Health talent. So Kaiser's staying alive. The fissure forward. They're going for this kill. They're turning now onto the tombstone, trying to bring it down, but it's actually staying alive. There's going to be the Echo Slam. They find themselves the kill. They take down the tombstone. Now looking for more. Mikey, he is dead as well. The Lycan able to run away from him for now, and Kaiser also looking to run out of there. That 300 health talent coming in handy as they take down 3.
Huge fight to win as a Storm Spirit. I mean, that's the 3 more Bloodstone charges. He can't go down here. It is worth anyone else dying to save him. Omni, get in there! Why no Guardian Greaves? What's your issue? Alright. Don't like that. Save your Bloodstone charges. I dislike why you no ult for Storm Spirit.
Yeah, that was a little bit
I'm calling you out, Bambo. Save the Bloodstone charges.
I mean, I think that in that moment, of course, like, you just need to get whatever you can off and hope that you can get yourself out, but yeah, I'm with you. It's a tough one. 20 minutes, though, 12-7, 1,000 net worth lead. It still feels like it's, like, you know, Hellraiser's starting to pull things back together.
Oh, yeah. Their game looks really good now. The Roche should be the next big thing. 3-3 sitting on 2,800 gold after all of this. And now they're getting aggressive here, looking for some more Bloodstone charges to refill the bottle here for Kaiser.
Yep. Oh, they're all vision. The Dire right now don't have vision in the area. They might have spotted somebody by now. Seeing the opening. This could turn really badly for Hellraisers. The silence is there onto 2. They're going to take them down very quickly. And that was not the jump they wanted. Zombies are still chasing Milan, but he's able to get the blink away. Kaiser also running out of here. He's jumping. But they have an idea that he's still in this area.
They have a Yules too for the TP.
Mastermind looking. They break it. They have vision there. They see him. Oh, God. They got him caught. But now he does have that TP.
He can just TP. Oh, he missed his window. Bane's here now.
All right.
Oh, no, he's good.
Well played. Although they will probably... Are they going to lose Mikey? All right. Purge creep. Pretty good. And maybe taking more. Bastark, is he going to die too? They're taking him down. The zombie. All right, now he's going to be able to get away. Man, Lycan is pretty good.
Yeah, he's a strong hero. I mean, considering this guy was basically in the jungle. Everything, I mean, that whole triple kill scenario was just kind of dumb in the mid lane. I don't know. That was such a huge moment in this game where he just, like, ulti killed a Lycan, a Puck, and a Bane. Or, sorry, an Undying, a Puck, and a Bane. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
Kind of turned around that early game for them.
Definitely.
Dire's top tower is under
Well, top lane, this tower. Only 1 point in the Vengeance Aura. Very much a Roshan spect Venge here. She is ready to go throw out that Wave of Terra.
Oh, yeah. It's great with the Lycan and all of his summons. Even Kaiser gets a good amount of value out of it. But,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
well, the tier 2 tower is going to fall. And where do you think you go right now if you're rocket scientists?
Radiant's middle tower.
You're trying to get Weaver into that Diffusal Blade, honestly, before losing anyone else, but Solon unlikely to survive.
Yeah.
And this Diffusal Blade, I don't even know what it's going to change. Obviously, it doesn't purge anymore, so it can't help you against the Guardian's Greaves. Or sorry, the Guardian Angel.
Yeah.
They just kind of split, push, and rat, but Stormspear is so good at catching these heroes out.
He's a ton of
on the run.
Pool. He's able to get out of there.
Yeah, it's a good thing he doesn't have all those Bloodstone charges.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on who you're talking about. It's a good thing. 3-3. He gets found. Pops the BKB, turns the fight, but there's the Fiend script. Still, those wolves are tearing him to shreds, and 3-3 gonna be able to complete his TP. Mid lane, they take down J4.
I'll thread the needle through your eyes.
But a 2-for-1 exchange. This game feels very strange to me, Trent.
It's weird that they still haven't found the Roche for the Radiant. I think they're just not confident in it. They don't want to like throw away anything with some big puck plays. Tombstone very annoying to fight. So I think that's kind of the thing that's slowing them down the most. It's like that's that next step that they want, right? Lycan takes it so easily. You have one of the best Aegis carries in the entire game on Storm Spirit, so they sync up really well because of that. Nox not going to find the courier. Doesn't even bother. Vulnerability too annoying. Yeah. And all he can do is just kind of follow and annoy Storm with his mana burn talent. And his Diffusal Blade.
Yeah. Doubling down on that mana burn. If Bane ever gets him with the Fiend script, it's going to be really rough.
Someone tweets at me after every game, but it does stack. Diffusal and Mana Break. All of these Weaver players are not idiots, guys.
Nice.
Just so you know.
I think the Weaver is about to die, though.
This guy might be an idiot. I don't know.
Oh.